Shout out to SNS. You know, the boys.
Oh, you gotta play for the whole 60 seconds.
So we're over there. Was that the whole 60 seconds?
No.
Dude, I don't even know how this works because all I did was chip in. I just switched the brands.
What is it, Saturday?
Yeah, no. I don't know if you watched Saturday Night Special, but I made a cameo on that show for a little bit. And like Styx's internet, I don't know how you guys do it. Love you though, Styx. But like his internet was causing problems with everybody else's, so like the whole thing was glitching out during the beginning.
Oh,
like
shit.
Even the intros, dude, it was bad. What's going on, everybody out there? This is not that show. This is this show. This is Dark Side. We got a couple cool things. JJ cut together. JJ, did you send news?
I did.
All right, cool. JJ sent news, so I'll see what we got here. JJ also cut together some Skeleton Crew breakdown Easter eggs for us, like for us. We know what the age demographic is here, excluding Zaggy and like
for
two
us
other
old
people.
folks.
We get it. So we broke it down kind of for us. Hopefully it's stuff you haven't seen before. We actually might be adding a new one because one of the reasons we were getting late was because me and Dom were talking about it. And I was like, hey, I knew what that thing is on his couch because my youngest of brothers, I have a bunch of brothers. My youngest one had that. It's part of a play set. So maybe we can get that thrown in too. We'll see what we can do. We're also going to cover very few books this week, but we're going to cover a couple books. We'll go over comics as usual. And we got a little toy segment from Dom. I hear people like Dom's toy segment. So we'll run that for a little bit. And if we can't fit all that in, oh, shoot. Yeah, sorry, man. Let me turn the lights off. Sorry. Thank you. I just saw what he said. And if we can fit all that in, then we will also have Wayseeker at one point come on here and ruin everybody's day talking about nubs. So we can do that too. All right? All right. Is that all the lights? Give me all of the lights. Sorry, man. I am not prepared today.
That looks like you had a rave.
This is why I can't do too many shows anymore, dude. Too many in a week, and I'm just, I don't have it like Dom where you can do 15 shows in a week.
Hey, Dom's got his ambiance going back there. I like the shelves now.
Yeah, dude. He's looking really good. We a lot of comments on that. A lot of comments on Dom. All right.
Thank you.
Say hi to the chat. GTK Comics. Hey, thumbs up. Hi. Thumbs up. Cool. Ruben, Star Wars Sunday with the crew. Can't wait for the rants and laughs. Plus, a review of Skeleton Crew. 5 stars for me. Hey, we'll probably give you that too. We're not going to get into it that much. I mean, I assume as we go over the Easter eggs for us old folk.
Yeah. I left it a little open-ended so we can
progressively cover some of that stuff. Evening, gents. Let's get the show rolling and fill me in on all the Star Wars. Loving Skeleton Crew so far. Cheers. Hey, if you guys saw our little instant reaction to it, I mean, we'll see if the glowing reviews continue, but I think we all pretty much had. I think that's the highest I've ever rated anything anymore. JJ called it. He said, "I think I hear something coming out of his mouth. I think I hear a 10, and I did give it that." So we'll go back over it again. We'll see what's up. I wonder if Marco had to visit a doctor for the high blood pressure for the epic rant. Where did I rant last week? Was it on this show?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't have to.
It all runs together at some point.
Yeah, I know. It's like I have a calendar where I have to check off once every other week to make sure I ran on another show. I just didn't know which one it was. All right. We are currently marked safe for Blue Snaggletooth Bear from appearing in the first 2 episodes. Yes. Yeah. All right. There we go. 2 days, no accidents. Love it. Like it. Gotta have it. Thanks, God, man.
You already one blue character. We don't have enough room for both.
Bro, dude, Neil is a king though. He's a short king, bro. That guy is it.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I watched 2 videos of people talking about Skeleton Crew. They said if they kill off Neil, they're gonna riot. Neil is the man. Neil's the man. I'm sorry.
Neil's it. I mean, look, I told you I thought I had a feeling about that guy. I have a feeling, yeah. And it's pause. No, stop. Not that. Don't even try to clip that. Don't do nothing with that. What I meant was I thought the character was going to be good. He's going to be good. So it looks like so far he's great in the episodes. What's up, Wookie? Wookie, how do you love this thing? Because I think you are. Hi, everyone. Hi, Appleman. Marco has, yeah, sorry. Thank you. Hey, Voss, thanks. Sorry, I don't get to the message. I appreciate you DMing me. I looked at it later. I'm not always the best with checking my DMs. Whatever. Sorry about that. All right, cool. All right. John, what's up? Oh, John's back. What's up? If I hear Dom come up with some horrible spoilers for Skeleton Crew, I'm turning the show off. Well, okay, John, did you watch the first 2 episodes yet? It's been like a week, bro. Like at this point, you have to have watched it. All right. But no, I don't even think Dom has. Dom told me one weird theory thing that doesn't really mean anything. And actually is kind of funny because I related it to, hey, Dom, didn't you just put something in the chat where it was guys telling people that the Smurfs were Satan?
Satan?
Yeah, I was like, I think you forget in the 70s and 80s and the early 90s, we had like, that's what it was. It was
Satanic
in the 80s. It was satanic cartoons. In the 90s, it was like rapist rap. Everybody who listened to a rap song was gonna, kill people and
Exactly.
create
heavy metal.
Video games was warping kids' heads. Yep. This has always happened. And I think the new thing is the woke thing. Like, it's just something people complain about and they want to call it something so they can. It's like the same people. They look exactly the same. If we show that video of the Satan Smurf people, the people are dressed the exact same to say stuff. I don't give a shit. I just enjoy stuff and watch it to be enjoyed. And this show, I don't know, Dom. You listen to a lot of the haters. Are they hating? I think even they've got to take it back.
Actually, okay, I'm going to be honest with you. Everything had a positive thing to say about the show.
I don't know about everyone, but
the people I do watch here and there, and it's kind of funny because usually people would have things. There's a couple of things that they didn't like, but the whole fact is that it's been a very positive thing.
There was a couple of things I heard you say that I'm like, okay, well, that they're trying to slightly put in a little thing there to try some controversy. I just don't think it's going to play, man. I think like at this one, once again, I don't think they realized there wasn't anything. I think if we could talk about it, we have already kind of and I've talked about it on Tech because DC seems to go on that same model. I think if you get the people out right above when you're about to release something, the actual like producers and directors, and you just pound the shit out of, well, you're gonna like it or you're not gonna like it. We're gonna just do this, and this is what we're gonna do. You do the I don't give a shit. This is how it's gonna be. And
the funny thing is,
you don't give them anything. You go give them no sound bites. You just give them downward salad all day long. Yeah, Dom, that's what they should hire you for. You should go out there. They should hire Dom from now on for the promotional stuff because you'd be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things. So that you're going to get some stuff, and you're going to hope it's good. And hey, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, and that's it. And then we get that in a New York accent, and you move on. And that's kind of what they did, right? That's what the directors did with this thing. It's good. It's got kids in it, but is it for kids? I don't know. Maybe not. Probably not. I don't know. Who cares? It's going to be a story.
Hey, listen. All I know is that
is it going to be Goonies? Maybe Goonies. I don't know.
Goonies is base.
Is it going to have cameos in it? Probably, but not cameos that you were used to. I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
All I know is that the two episodes, aliens again. I love it. That's my thing. I don't give a shit. That made my day, man.
The whole thing was good. I liked it. All right, we'll get to that later. Let's get in first. It's back. It is back. Here's the original logo for it.
So catchy that is.
JJ's News. Back to where it started from.
Yep. So, there wasn't a whole lot of news this week, so I kept it pretty simple, but there was like 80 million articles on Skeleton Crew, of course, for a reason. First off, it's starting off at least to be the best reviewed, quote unquote.
Oh shit! Here comes the rain on your day.
Oh, right on time to talk about how much he hated it. Yeah. But so far, it's right behind Andor is the best reviewed Star Wars TV show so far. So it seems to be trending good. Obviously, we got a whole ways to go. We're only in episode 3 out of 6 coming up here. So
everybody loves Uncle Luke.
But even the user score raise. Of course, there's people that reviewed it that found some reason to hate on it for some reason, which is usually the same people that are always hating on everything. And there's a lot of talk of like, well, I didn't watch it because it's not aimed for me. It's a kids show. So
what's okay? Can I ask? This is gonna be stupid because probably everybody knows it. What's the difference between average tomato meter and average popcorn meter?
The tomato meter is critics like that's their job, like professional critics. and the popcornometer or whatever is
the crowd. Is
user review, viewer reviews or average Joes like you and me that post on the internet, whatever.
Oh well, not me. I don't post on the internet. So,
average folk.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, it looks like it's a little bit of a hater crowd on both sides, really. I mean, I don't know, man.
I mean, this
look. Here's what I'm gonna say about this. The complaints I heard is some little kid is annoying. Yeah, little kids are annoying. And then Jude Law didn't even say nothing but 2 words, and people hate this Jude Law guy. Maybe, I mean, if you don't like him because he's got the widow's peak going on, fine. I don't remember what he said. Huh?
He said more than 2 words. He said something.
I know, but he's under the mask, and really, you hated him for what he did in there.
No,
you know what I mean. But what I'm saying is like, those are the two things I've heard. Is one, kid's annoying. Yeah, kids are fucking annoying every once in a while, and I don't think he's that offensive. And the other one is Jude Law sucks in this thing. He didn't do anything. What can he suck in it? Why do people hate this Jude Law guy? Did he say something stupid?
No, not really. He wasn't even on the talk shows this week. He didn't really say anything outlandish or anything.
Mayseeker, what he?
Like I said,
I think he's fine. I don't know. I mean, the good thing is they didn't get review bombed, right? I mean, Acolyte had an 80%, if I remember right, tomato meter and an 18% popcorn meter. So it's just the divergence there between the.
Well, you got to remember, if you recall, the popcorn meter was a negative 20% before the show even came out, right? Like.
Also, don't forget the movie that we never heard of, the 2008 Acolyte. Also,
yeah. They movie bombed the shit out of that thing.
Yeah, I know.
Like a month ahead of time. But I mean, I don't know. I actually think these scores are pretty low. Like, what could your possible, like, these are one of those guys. Like, I have a feeling these are people going like, well, I can't give it 5 stars because nothing's perfect. Yeah, what's the star system? Is it 5-star?
I don't know. I think so.
I don't think it works that way.
I don't review stuff on Rotten Tomatoes, to be honest.
I can't give it 10 tomatoes, but tell 100% tomato because nothing's perfect. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that your mom fucking didn't hug you enough, or you didn't have a dad, or what the fuck ever happened.
Hey, listen.
Some priest touched you. Like, but it's not this thing's fault, right? It's not this show's fault, right? Like, it's not my fault that you like a fucking furry blue bear because you hate life. Like that, I can't help you with that. I can only help you with what this show is. And this is a damn good show.
One interesting thing too about this, real quick, the screeners that went out for the professional critics is actually the first 3 episodes.
Right.
Not just the first 2. So
they're reviewing it on the first.
Are you saying that?
So that may be a little bit reason why the disparity in scores are there.
It's how it always is.
Yeah.
They're just haters and everything. I mean, Andor had the same thing. It was 9. If I looked it up, it was 96-87. So same thing.
Mm-hmm.
1 point higher. Haters just hate, and they just come on there and everything they can do, they just give it a 1 star.
Look, this is the thing. We're all seen it. That people who give positive scores, the views and the clicks aren't good.
Yeah.
So you give it negative views, and you get friggin' negative. People love the negativity. They love the negativity all the time.
I don't know, though. I don't know if that's true with the last series. The numbers were down across the board for both negative and positive. Like, because there's an index thing you can see. And, like, overall, just even shit talking on Acolyte, they weren't. I mean, I say that's the directors were getting out there and giving you we're giving you the Dom salad. You know what I mean? But, like, that's probably part of it. The other part is I think some of these people, like what's that girl that you like? Megan, not Megan Thee Stallion. What's
Star Wars Meg?
Yeah. Like, I've never clicked on her video. I couldn't tell you what the fuck she looks like, but you could see by her numbers. Like, I mean, as you guys know, I'm a very avid, like, if I don't like something, like, I don't do Amazon because it hurts my business. So same thing with this. If I don't click on your fucking videos because I don't even want to give you a hate watch, right? So, but like, if you watched her videos, and who's that other that Screen Crush guy, Your Mom guy, with his 8,364 Easter eggs, that guy, like, that aren't even fucking Easter eggs.
That's Dom's favorite person on the internet.
Like, hey, yeah, it is. The only time I watch is when Dom says some crazy shit. I don't know where it's coming from, and then I'll be like, Your Mom.
The thing is, he don't hate. It's like if he doesn't like anything, he'll be like he'll say it in a way that all right, this is not for me.
One time I heard the guy say, "This is an Easter egg because if you watch this 13 times at 3:00 on a Tuesday and you squint your eyes and then you actually it had nothing to do with what the fuck he's talking about. It's not an Easter egg. You're just making shit up at this point."
So for me, the interesting thing of this will be whether or not people will, we haven't seen viewership numbers yet, and we probably won't for at least a month or so, but like whether or not it'll tick up or down, because Andor started off getting the good critic reviews and good acclaim, but viewership wise started off slow, right? And then as kind of word of mouth went around and most people started to watch it and realized it was for them, those viewership numbers went up. I kind of wonder if this will be the same thing, because a lot of people right now are saying, well, I'm not really watching it. It seems like a kid's show, like it's not aimed at me. But maybe if it gets enough critical acclaim, you'll see those numbers start to tick up, word of mouth will go around. I'll give it a shot. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
What do you think of it?
Well, the positive thing is that for the first 2 episodes, it's getting this. And a lot of people are talking about it, which is good. The feedback and the talk is very good about this, and
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying that they're talking about, of what this is bringing. It brings a smile to a lot of people's faces. People are feeling nostalgic, buttons pressed because of the way it's written, the way it's done, portrayed. And Andor did not start off like this. Andor, people were saying, "Oh, I couldn't sit down and watch the first 3 episodes because it was slow as shit." The pacing.
Okay, so here's what I think, because JJ's saying something that I think might be the missing piece to what we're missing on this. Nobody ranks Jedi. What's the fucking Blue Bear show? Is it Jedi New Adventures?
Yeah. Young Jedi Adventures.
Okay, nobody ranks that. You want to know why? Because it's a kid thing, and they don't think that the audience watches kids shows. They don't understand the Star Wars audience. Like, here, look, the Meg lady, I assume this guy at the Your Mom guy. Who else do you like? Doom Scroll, whatever his name is.
No.
Whatever. Okay, my point is, like, those people don't understand. Like, they understand the algorithm of how their video will play in the target audience of, males between the ages of 16 and 64. So if it's a kid's show, they're not going to cover it because that's not their audience. Doesn't watch that shit, they think, right? So they're not covering shit like Meg. What's her name again? Star Wars Meg. She calls herself Star Wars Meg. Yeah, but she knows that she's not a Star Wars fan. So she's not attracting Star Wars fans. Star Wars fans aren't going to watch her shit, right? Like, they're just not. But she can get angry dudes between the ages of like 16 and 64. Like, that's her target audience. So when you see this, they thought it was a kid's show. So they didn't really have shit bad to say about it because they didn't think anybody's going to watch it because it's a kid's show.
Yes.
Not understanding that it's not a kid's show. It's actually like maybe an all ages show. At least, I mean, I don't think you're sitting your freaking 4-year-old or 6-year-old in front of this. Maybe like, 8, 9, 10, once you start getting to that 3rd, 4th, 5th grade area, was it middle school or whatever you start, that's fine. But you set that down there and you sit down there with the kids and the, whatever. And it turns out to be a good time. So this is
the problem. And I think JJ brought it up a week ago or last week.
What do you think, Matt? Matt, hold on. Matt, how hard is it to say? This isn't ask us back questions after we ask you. This is what's wrong. I thought I explained this last night. We ask you a question, you give an answer. That's how it works, man. What did you think about the first episode, Matt? All right, go ahead. Sorry, Dom. Go.
No, I was saying that I think JJ mentioned this. The downside about Star Wars is that they want to limit it to Star Wars shows and this and that. And with them doing that, they put one show out.
What does that mean?
Being limited to show that if they put out, say, 2 or 3 shows, there's other content that's coming out. So it's not.
You're saying one show at a time?
No, like one show at a time. All the views, the negative views and the positive views on the one show. If you have a bunch of shows, you have different things that one show doesn't get freaking criticized. If Acolyte came out, not word salad. Come on, man.
Dom salad. We gotta change this to Dom salad.
If Acolyte came out with the Skeleton Crew and something else, I don't think Acolyte would have got bombed away.
Oh yeah, no, they would have because I think
totally.
Yeah.
Because that's the one they can attack. Dom, that's the one they can attack. They see kids here, because I mean, there's not much. This America, there ain't much off limits in America. We can go after pretty much everything. But what you're typically not supposed to go after, people's families, even though some dipshits think that's a good idea, or kids. Like those are the two things you're not supposed to go after. Yeah. So like it just never plays.
Some people still do that.
Yeah, some people do. Yeah.
A lot of the criticism I saw was that the kids in this were bad actors. I don't think the kids were bad actors. I mean,
first off, fuck you, Neil's a national fucking treasure. Anybody who says otherwise, meet me outside.
I posted in the chat. Like I don't know if I posted the article or just the headline in the chat where one reviewer who's always naysaying every Star Wars project more or less online on his website put up the review that said Star Wars Skeleton Crew was an insult to kids. I'm like, how? And then he proceeds to go like, well, it's because of this. But he's basically like saying, well, it's an insult to kids because the way I perceive it as an adult is not what I like. Wait, what? So I don't know. It didn't make any sense. But
what? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. I didn't read that thing either. I didn't understand. But yeah, here we go, Matt. Not sure I'm sold on the kids cast. What? Shut up. What do you want? They're kids. Hey, guess what? You know what they acted like? Fucking kids.
In Matt's defense, he said he'd only seen the first episode. I highly suggest watching the second one, Matt, because it definitely puts more character especially to the kids in the second episode. So,
yeah, I think it is new characters. They did a good job with it, and yeah, I think limiting is too. Yeah, make super fans cool. I mean, I don't know. I like this. I actually showed the kids a little bit of. I showed 20 minutes of it, and they were actually enthralled. They were enthralled with it, which is nice to see that. It's nice to see that kids like because they won't watch fucking Andor and like there's no way they're watching that fucking whatever that shit the acolytes. I mean that's just trash.
Well, look,
I kind of wonder. Go ahead, Dom.
I was saying, like I was telling you before, that they say it's for kids, but the opening scene that really wasn't for kids. That was.
I mean, the opening scene was the same as
the
New Hope.
Anything. Yeah, it's not.
It was just the New Hope over again.
Think about this:
blasters instead of Darth Vader. That's it.
I know, but the whole fact is, it was still guy got shot in his eye. Fucking Ish Nib got shot in his eye.
Right, I agree with this.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that's what you're saying.
Hey, Matt ain't lying about Star Wars. He's talking about everything. Hey, Matt's 100% right on that.
That comes up in the review.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, I mean, like I said, I think part of it is like they can't attack kid stuff, but I don't think this is like I think the directors kind of set out and said, well, it's for kids, but not for it's about kids, but not for kids. Like so, they played every bad. They said it was for about everything and nothing at all. So I think it's kind of a good thing. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, dude. See, there we go. Wide audience.
This was the I don't know, controversial not the right word, but this was the thing that I think generated the most rumor mill, at least initially after the thing, was the planet they come from at Adden, and whether or not people know what's up with it or they don't know what's up with it. It seems like half the internet thinks they know exactly what it is, and the other half of the internet has some other crazy theories. So I don't know. I don't know where I land on it. Everything I've heard some theories that kind of make sense, but also some theories.
What's your theories? We can talk about it. Who cares, man? We can talk. Everybody saw it. Everybody in the chat saw it.
So some people are saying, well, I can't remember the name. Is it Anatolan or something?
Yeah.
The name of one of the planets, and then that it's a spinoff of that. And of course, we know it's like my theory kind of is.
Well, Anatola is the one that showed up in Rebels, wasn't it?
Yeah. Was it Rebels or
Rebels? It was Rebels.
It was Rebels.
They also mentioned the droid also mentioned Anatolan when he missed which I don't know an Atten. I know an Anatolan.
Yeah, and an Anatolan.
Yeah.
But as far as like, for me, in my view, we'll get into it a little bit in the review, but there's like the Great Works thing.
Yeah.
Which people think that has a lot to do with the planet that they're from. And the fact that there's older, but they tie to that. A lot of the people I've seen on the rumor mill tie that to the Old Republic credits thing, which doesn't make a lot of sense because those aren't the same era. But
the Great Works is the High Republic stuff. So
right,
it almost seemed like it was kind of like a Stormwall tech almost to me with the wall, and then the Great Works they get the High Republic. So I got a High Republic feel from that.
They talk about the Republic. They say we're members of the Republic. As in the current, because they still show the Jedi.
And John Watts actually clarified something about the Old Republic thing. It is not the Old Republic. He said that on an interview.
Yeah, AT-AT on an AT-AT. But here's something that's interesting too about this a little bit here. What if, and this is just me, and hopefully I'm not spoiling the story down the road. What if the planet's name isn't Atan?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Sorry,
I don't know if you're thinking the same theory-wise I am, where it's so there is a legendary Atan planet or whatever, but the planet that they come from isn't necessarily that planet. It's the people there are kind of controlled and made to believe it's at Atan, but it's not. Kind of like a whole cult type mind wipe thing, but I don't know. That's one theory behind it too. So,
do you actually think that the planet is actually under on the old Empire, the Empire? Like,
no, because it keeps it. I don't know if you hear, but when she wants,
because the Emperor friggin' had planets that were hidden. You don't think the Emperor had anything to do?
No, because if you listen to the beginning where the mom of the one girl comes into class and says they're taking their test, she says, we're premier members of the Republic. Mm-hmm. She goes, and we want to still be that, and that's why we work on the big project or whatever she said.
Great work. You said great works like 7 times.
What's the dude? The dude that she mentioned, the one that you haven't seen yet, the one guy.
Huh?
John, that's not what he's talking about.
What the one person?
The curly hair kid.
The mother, the Fern's mom, the one that's the unsecretary. She mentions another guy's name. That the mystery guy,
the supervisor or something like that.
The supervisor. Gotta find out who that guy is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I guess, but like I think like with all of that, what if we don't? Because like the guy said he has to go see this. He has a meeting with the supervisor too. But like, what happens if we don't? I don't think it matters.
Say if he's a part of the Empire.
They're not.
No, but Dom, why would they do that? Why would they allow their kids? Here's the thing. Why would they allow their kids to have?
They don't know.
It's Dom. Holy shit, Dom. Let me ask you a question before you say they don't know. Why would they allow their kids to have media that includes such things as Jedis fighting and saving people and that type of lore?
No,
if the Empire took over, what?
It's their lore. There's stories.
So why would they?
Fairy tales. They say it's fairy tales. That there's no freaking. How come they don't know?
Yeah. That's not how the Empire works, Dom. I don't know when you got to Star Wars. What Star Wars does is the Empire tries to remove all trace of the Jedi's. All trace of the.
How about nobody about Luke and Ahsoka then? Come on.
What did you?
You destroyed the Empire.
What? Wait, what did he say?
Dom.
One of the more interesting theories.
I don't know what he said.
He said about Luke and Ahsoka.
I was going to wait for the review to get too far into the theories on the planet.
Oh, sorry, bud. I don't know.
So, Dom, this is what I think happened. A pirate crashed on the ship or this planet, set up shop there, and whenever the pirate crashed, that's when they still think the era is.
Changed the name. They did all that stuff, and that's how they still have the stories in the lore.
I'll spoil one of the more interesting theories I heard.
Well, do we have it later? Are we actually just stepping on our own toes here, JJ?
A little bit, but I don't have like a photo or anything of it involving it. Cool. I was just going to talk about it when we talked about the Great Works thing. But
go ahead.
One of the more interesting theories I saw was, what if, and Marco will like this one, because it mentions the Great Works, and that's where they seem to spend a lot of time tying it on with the Great Works thing. There's like a whole 3-minute speech about it.
Yeah.
Like,
what if this is 3 times? Yeah, but go ahead.
What if this is like a Santika type family ran planet? Because think about this, nobody could bury a planet better than the people that basically control the hyperspace pass.
That's a good idea.
And things like that. And they could literally hide a planet. They could basically hide a planet without actually physically hiding the planet, because when they get to the barrier, notice there's actually no barrier there. They just think there's a barrier.
Yeah, they think there's a barrier, but that's like the wall thing, right? Remember
theory
referring to about the wall, where it's like it's not. They say there's all these things outside. It's just another city.
You think the Nile will be mentioned in this? The Nile was pirates, space pirates.
I don't know. That's a
50-50 here.
So
I could see the Nihil having
some
kind of that planet that they're on. I mean, it looked a lot, and it wasn't, but it looked a lot like I imagined No Space being almost.
Yeah. But the thing with the Santika is we know they're still around, and we know that they're tied closely to Luke through lore Santikos.
And still is the grass, too.
It could be the grass, too. Just so
And
you
you know, actually, the one theory that we are hold on. There's also another family that's an alpha related family. We're not even thinking about. The dude that
tags?
Yeah, the tags.
Tags, yeah.
This definitely sounds something like the tags have going on here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they don't have the
tags
High
don't-
Republic
High
ties, you know,
Republic,
like the other two families do.
Yeah, maybe.
The path to the open hand.
I mean, John, I am sad that this is the reality, but yes, Dom is crazier than me and elephants. So
Hey, listen.
Whoa.
Hey, listen. First of all, wait, so don't get jealous, man, because I'm the man when it comes to theory, son. Don't worry about it, man.
No,
My
that
theory
wasn't
will come
a
out
theory.
true.
That's hold on, time out. That wasn't even the theory. What you said. All you said was Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka.
No, I didn't
That's
say
not a
that.
theory, bro.
So the
It's not a
planet's
theory.
blocked from the outside world. The outside world. They
But
don't
it's
know
not
about
because
Jedi.
they fucking just went. There's no.
Just think of the books of fairy tales.
Dom,
Dude.
Jedi's are fairy tales.
Dom, have you tried to tie this into the world between worlds yet?
No,
Okay, just making sure.
I'm not saying no. The
All
one
right.
two worlds are
All
different.
right, we'll get more into it later. We
Okay.
spent a while.
It's Star
we
Wars.
can-
Anything's possible. Star Wars.
This one came up. I think Dom actually linked this in the thing, but supposedly there was an interview floating around. They haven't really said much. I'll preface this by saying every TV show creator, when they do an interview, especially after the show comes out and is mildly successful, they get the question about 900 million times. Well, what about a season 2? And they gave you a fairly straight, honest answer where they basically said, like, listen, it will come so far down the road, we're going to have to do something different with the kids. And they said they had an idea of what they would do, which it wouldn't be like a Stranger Things where it picks up one right after the other. It'd be more like we're going to have to like time skip like 4 years type of thing. So there wasn't much to it other than that. Pretty basic answer to a pretty basic question. But
So basically, you got these kids not knowing what the hell's going on in the world, and you had Mando not knowing what the hell's going on in the world when he didn't know who Jedi were. He never met a Jedi. He never met it. So there's obviously something with you know, Wave Seeker. You might be on the.
It's not a world. You keep saying fucking world. It's a goddamn galaxy, bro.
Galaxy, right, galaxy.
The whole universe, like the fucking
universe.
shit.
I'm just saying that Wave Seeker
Not
might
just
be
like the fucking Milky Way, like all the shit's in there. The Milky Way, the
Milky
chocolate
Way.
way, the brownie way, the
As long as
fucking
you know what
whatever. The eggnog way. What the fuck you want to say? Go ahead. Sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Now, what were you trying to say? Because I had no idea what you just said.
Yeah.
I was just saying the fact is that the cult-like scenarios, how Din Djarin didn't know about half the shit that was going on, and these kids don't know half the shit they don't even know anything. So obviously, there's something that is keeping them
fucking kids.
out. The kids.
There's a freaking wall that nobody can get in or out of. If they
No, but that's not true. They got it. Oh, hold on, wait. See, that wall doesn't exist.
they think there's a wall, but there's not
I
a
think
wall.
there is, but I don't think there's
You
a wall.
can't even see the stars. You don't even know they're like really other planets out there. That was kind of the coolest thing. It's like they see the stars for the full time, or for the first time.
The question I think they'll have to answer going forward for that too is, and I think they'll do it through the parents, through Fern's mom and Wim's dad, is whether or not the parents know more than the kids do as far as that regard goes. Like, do the parents know that, you know, there's what the stars look like? Have they seen the stars? Blah, blah, like, you know, is it just the kids being controlled, or is it everybody being controlled?
Yep, I agree. That'd be interesting.
That is interesting.
Not shooting falsehoods, man. I'm saying, you know, I got some legitimate freaking goddamn things to say, and I get held back because people think it's far fetched. Yo, this is Star Wars. Anything can be far fetched in Star Wars. Come on, man.
I don't know who's holding you back because we actually just let you spew out whatever dumb shit comes to your mind. But
I'm trying to get the empathy for the fucking goddamn the chat. Jesus.
the chat sees through you, Dom. At this point, they love you so
fanatic,
much. They know you. You're the crazy brother that shows up to
Wookiee
Thanksgiving.
fanatic.
Hey,
He's low
you're still
key friggin' is on the hype train with me. He knows he is. So
He's on the what?
the low key hype train. He knows.
What does that mean?
I hype
What's the
everything up.
low key hype train? Hype trains aren't low key by definition.
I'm just freaking saying. I'm just, dude. You don't. If
You
don't
can't have a
understand
low
that,
key hype
I'm
train.
not Wookiee
Listen.
fanatic. He's a nice guy. What do you say
Listen.
about him?
At the end of the day, Wave Seeker, it's the way I talk about things. I make things better than what they actually are. So
No, that is the fucking reach of the day, gentlemen. Okay.
clip that, baby.
Oh,
Clip that.
All right.
what the fuck did he?
Speaking of things that are better than they are,
Jesus, that's the funniest shit I've heard all day.
Jude Law's wife. Everybody wanted to kind of tear him down for the 5 sentences he had in these 2 episodes. I don't know why.
Who's that?
But Jude Law, he's got a star on the Walk of Fame now.
That means he pays money for it.
On Wednesday. So
all you do is pay money for it. I have no care about these things.
Whoa. Slow down, Junior. Not everybody can do it. You can't do it. So
well,
don't
you do have to be famous. You can't just pay money for it. But
you just have to pay money for it to be famous.
Yeah.
To be famous and pay money for it. But yes.
But yeah, I mean, like Weight Seeker's never gonna be on that thing, so no, it's all I'm saying.
You have to have some accomplishment of fame in your career.
Yeah. I'm not Jude Law, but I'm just saying, like,
definitely aren't Jude Law.
Get the Hollywood Walk of Fame stars. Pretty meaningless.
Hey, Wookiee fanatic, you should understand that you should be excited about friggin' outrageous friggin' conspiracies and friggin' rumors and stuff like that.
I think we're
it's a boring friggin' panel when you talk about bullshit. When you talk about bullshit, you gotta understand that.
Well, hey! Apparently, you spent too much time on SNS last night, where you think this is just a you and somebody in the chat open discussion. That ain't how this works, bro. That ain't how this works. All right.
Well, I'm pretty sure you were just Dom's burner at this point.
Who?
Dom, Michael, right here. This person. This is just Dom's burner. He just put this in chat right here.
I didn't put that.
Dom, do you believe that it's run by a dude? That Michael, that's fucking amazing. No, hey, hands off the homie here. Hands off to Michael. That's Michael. Michael, hey, give that man. Can we star this? I'm starting this thing. That is hilarious, dude.
That's good. That's good.
Oh my god, that was good. Michael fucking. Hey, give it to him, dude. He fucking gets it. We haven't done it.
Ring a bell.
Good job, Michael. Good job. Holy shit.
I will say this. Well, I'll wait till we get to the review. We've talked too much about it, right? Anyways, this is a story Dom will not enjoy, but James, for the 18 millionth time, we've heard that James Manuel and is it Bo Willman?
Oh, yeah, you know what it is?
No, woman.
But apparently they're close to finishing a draft for the script that we thought they'd already have finished by now. So
yeah, who cares?
Exactly.
That's what nobody cares. Who cares? Nobody cares.
But yeah.
Especially now that we've got something that's pretty decent, like, you know, and this is the one that Don kept going, just get this piece of shit out. Let's go. We got all you. You know what I mean? Like, we finally got it out, and it's looking pretty good. And I'm glad, like, they took their time or did whatever they were doing on it, because it seems to be all right.
They're not done with it yet. They're just finishing the draft.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there's nothing that's actually done yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I'm saying, though. I don't like
Martin. They just want to
tell us until it's done. I don't really care.
I mean, and Ray, they finished the draft of Ray, and it was so bad that the guy's gone.
They brought in the guy.
Like, finishing the draft doesn't mean anything.
They did it so bad that it's gone. Yeah.
I don't understand, man. I love making theories on freaking goddamn on the Star Wars shows, and
I'm not quite sure you do make theories.
It's the best fucking part of it. The speculation and the freaking theories, man. It's like the lame shit that comes out sometimes, man. You gotta have fun with it, man. Lame ass goddamn chat
all the time, not sometimes.
Wait! You're not gonna start criticizing the chat, Dom. You've gone too far at this point. You've gone too far, sir. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Why did you have to include this dude, JJ?
Because he wants to include himself. He couldn't let anybody else have the moment in the sun. So Dave Filoni has to come out in a story about 3 or 4 days ago and give a little interview and a little side thing about, hey, here's how my projects are going, guys. I know Skeleton Crew's kind of getting famous now, so let me just interject myself into the Star Wars world again and remind everybody that I'm still alive. But he told us nothing that anybody cares about.
He said, I'm having a really hard time writing Ahsoka Season 2. I'm doing it all by myself.
Yeah.
Why don't you have a freaking writer room? You're having a hard time on it.
And wait a second. Listen, fucking Ray Stevenson died. They have to get another guy to play freaking goddamn Baylan. There's a lot of shit that's going on. And plus, he's overlooking other projects. Give the guy a minute slack.
That's the problem, Dom. If he's given him, the problem is he's literally in charge of all this stuff, right? If it's too much work on his plate, affecting the production of the show or something like that, he should hire somebody to help him because he's in charge. It's like saying I'm the president of the company. I'm also the only employee, but I'm having time getting all the work done. Should I hire other employees?
I know. Listen, you don't expect people to die. The process of trying to find somebody that can match
He died before it was even.
All you gotta do is write the story first. Write it before you find somebody. Who cares?
I think the story's written. I think it's all bullshit.
No, he said it's not written.
Also, too, you're talking about recasting Balin. If they recast Balin, I mean, that doesn't really affect the way you write the story too much.
No.
I know it doesn't, but look. At the end of the day, I actually think that Dave got a little heat. The ending of Ahsoka really wasn't where it should have been. In his eyes.
He doesn't know what he's fucking talking about. And instead of just saying, "Hey, man, I don't know," or "Hey, we'll figure it out," he just says,
like I said, Skeleton Crew got some traction, so he wants the spotlight.
Yeah, he does. He's a fucking whore.
That's the only reason.
He is.
He's in over his head. He can't juggle all these projects, and he needs help. And he just
he shouldn't be. But that was
he can't ask for help. That's what the article said.
Hey, you have one of those micromanaging managers over there, Dom, in your job. Guy gets promoted from within. Then all of a sudden he's got like 80,000 things to do or whatever. You know what I mean? He's got to tell you, all right, well, that's what fucking he's doing at this point. That's exactly what he's doing at this point. He's just becoming a little micromanager, or he's got to go to your all of a sudden your big boss comes in and says, Dom, you're doing a great job at work. And then Dave's got to go, well, you know what I'm doing? It's like you're the boss. You're not supposed to be taking credit away from kids, you know what I mean, that are out there working every day, slaving away at it. So give it a rest. But yeah, I mean, hey, in Dave we trust, right? Isn't that what they say?
Yeah, he's got to put on his cowboy hat.
Got to put it on.
Yes. This was a little interesting tidbit that nobody talked about. But I didn't see a news article on it. Apparently, in Star Wars Japan, they're going to release little shorts based on Grogu, which they kind of did with a Studio Ghibli thing. So it's going to be a lot like that. It's just going to be like 2 or 3 minute shorts.
We're going to get some dust bunnies.
Maybe the dust bunny make a comeback. I don't know.
I like that, dude. Really, for real, today, I like that.
That was cute.
I think
it was for a little short thing.
After I watched Totoro, it was better.
After you watch what?
Totoro, good, yeah.
He's a master cooker.
They're saying we should let Dom cook, although we always let Dom cook.
We do. It's disaster. He burns everything
you guys
down.
Listen.
No, you know what it is? They don't want really to cook. They want him to cook. They want him to cook so they can start yelling at him in the chat. Just hold on, Dom. I'm talking. They want him to cook so they can start yelling at him in the chat. This is what happens when we let him cook. You guys sit there and say stuff like this. It's all this like back and forth about Dom theories being crazy and everything like that. So let's not do that. Hey, what's going on?
So here's something that no one will buy. Gap is releasing a new collection for the holidays at Star Wars. Apparently, so if you really want a sweatshirt, just with Star Wars logo stamped on it on the side, and just a gray sweatshirt, why? Also, too, how many Star Wars nerds do you know that shop at the Gap?
Bro, I went in the Gap. Hold on.
I haven't been in the Gap in ages.
This is why I went in. I went in for that kid. The boy that we were buying the dress shirt for. I went in the Gap. I looked at the price of the book. Dude, they're more expensive than fucking Nordstrom, dude. No shot.
Oh, yeah. The Gap's always been fucking expensive.
Just go
it was like the 1990s. They were selling like jeans for $60.
That's wild.
Jeans cost now.
It's the same company.
I didn't know either until I went in there, man.
I mean, if it's on clearance, 90% off, I'll pick it up.
It probably
Why
would
don't you just make the shit at home? It looks like he just ironed on the fucking thing to any plain gray ass sweater. Make that shit for yourself. Make that for this channel. We'll fucking sell them. All right. Rock on.
Just get a permanent marker and write Star Wars on a gray sweatshirt. And
go get a fucking...
You're almost there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure, dude.
So there's that. Also, in other Dave Filoni related news, the Mandalorian Grogu movie supposedly got a logo, which looks a lot like the other logo, only they've added Grogu at the bottom.
No, this looks like some bullshit I do on a thumbnail where I take one fucking logo from something and another logo for something else and just put them together. This looks like the 5-minute fucking thumbnails I make.
This is what happens when Dave micromanages everything. He's like, I can just make a logo myself. I don't know somebody else.
Looks like it was made by some unpaid intern at Disney.
I just keep doing them till fucking Pete complains, and then I make him go, oh, wait, yeah. Please do it for me this week. Then show me how it's done. He does something nice, and then I just fucking tear that thing apart and redo it.
So the Mandalorian used to be just in the A before, right? And they moved him and Grogu down and put him in the O.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Oh, I don't know.
Good job.
Dom, you might have seen this story. I don't know if you saw this.
Yeah.
prototype rocket firing Boba Fett was up for auction. I don't know. Is the auction over yet? I can't remember what the date.
The auction's over. It actually didn't sell as much as they thought it was.
Also went under the evaluation.
Yeah, but it wasn't the rare one. It was so apparently the I think this was the L slot of the of the J. Well, the one that sold last was actually an 80 plus on in grading, and it was one of the rarer ones that there's like maybe 4 in existence and sold for over $1 million. This one, there's a little bit more of these prototypes out there, so it actually sold. They said a little under $275,000. That's still a lot of money, but
this is kind of like a beta prototype, right? Like the second version of it or something.
See, I don't have that one. I have this. I wish I could have that.
Does it fire a rocket though?
No, it doesn't.
Can it poke your eye out?
Yeah. Choke on it, damn it. People damn it freaking choke on root things and shit all the time.
But that was it. That was my This Week in Star Wars. So kept
Nice
it pretty
and easy.
short.
Yeah.
But yeah. I was a little bit surprised I didn't have I didn't have my normal feel good story to add in there. It was a bit of a rush job. So
There was no Christmas. Anything going on?
No. I mean, there was a lot. Like I saw like local news and stuff, but I didn't know how much of that I wanted to put in there as far as because I've done like a couple lately. But.
You couldn't find anything with the 501 doing some charity work?
They do. They had a new KT patch that came out about a week and a half ago.
Yeah,
But
that was.
They always do those KT patches.
Yeah.
I think we mention something like a couple weeks ago like that.
I think we might have.
Yeah, good work, JJ, man. It's good, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Marco
Thank you.
bolted because Dom's theories were so bad, and he's like, "I gotta get out of here."
Hey, listen. Don't get freaking goddamn upset. The fact is that I'm a freaking genius and you don't even know it. Hey, my theories are based on fact at the same time, man. So
That's something, Dom.
it is something. Hey, that's why the clicks and views would be very high if I have a mini show.
You want to do toys while we wait for Marco to go back?
Sure, let's do toys.
Of course. Get out of the way.
All right.
Pull it up. There we
All right,
go.
so this actually was a surprise drop. This is just dropped. It dropped at the beginning of the week, last week. So you get the Ezra Bridger with the short hair because the other one that came out with the Ezra Bridger with the long hair, and before the line was canceled, now they came out with this with the Loaf Cat, which is actually it's on Amazon right now. And
Oh yeah, that's all we need.
I like that one.
Question: Is the Loaf Cat's head a bobblehead?
no,
Oh, bummer.
I think the Loaf Cat. I think just the Ezra. I'm not sure, but I think just the Ezra because there's been other things that have been connected to other pops, and it was just a piece of plastic.
I like that one. I'm a fan.
So this just dropped every Tuesday. They got the Galaxy things that dropping. The Target exclusives. So Clone Wars, Republic, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Clone Trooper, 1/12. 2/12. Clone Troopers.
Oh, a 2-pack.
So look, we have Kanaka. Who said that they're going to kill off the Acolyte line?
You did.
I wish they would make the best part of the
You did.
Acolyte line.
You said they were.
I feel
You, Dom. You said they were.
I said it should be an Ollie's.
I know it's.
Right now.
I know he's tall, but that lightsaber seems super
lightsaber's
freaking
huge.
long.
Yo,
Yeah,
why is his head? Look at his head. He got the same head as freaking Monday with the freaking this dude.
It's not that coney, but it is a little.
Is a Coney.
A little on the cone head side.
Yeah. There you go, Wookiee Fanatic. Just for you. Pick
There
that
you
one
go.
up.
Holy shit, that's huge.
So,
Or wait until it gets out.
TheActFace.com, they're making, of course, they're going to make SM33. It's a no-brainer because droids and aliens are the forte of Star Wars. Definitely a good droid. They're going to bring him back, hopefully with the mouse in his eye. I can't.
I better say, I'll only buy it if a mouse pops out of his eye.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly.
They saved the mouse because they got fined. Now they got fined it. The mouse ran off. So we'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
So
That was
this
the
is
same
like
mouse in the prison, right?
What?
That was the same mouse that peed on them in the
Yeah.
prison, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, maybe that wasn't 100%.
So
right, but-
pipeline reveals getting more retro collection line. They're coming out with Rebel Fleet Trooper, Han Solo, and Imperial Stormtrooper outfit, Luke Yavin, Walrus Man, Sand Trooper, and Dr. Avesa. So they're coming out with keep the original line going. characters that were made that were never made or whatever in the line. You know, not for anything. I kind of like the retro line, man. I know it's just growing up loving the regular figures. Yes, you get those spoiled by getting the figures that actually bend and bend down. You can sit down, but I like the old figures. The old figures.
Figures that actually have playability to it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the 5 points of articulation. It's always I enjoyed that growing up.
Yeah, but no kid's gonna want these. No kid. I get that only adults want these.
No, and the only adults that will never open the fucking toy and play with it.
Yeah.
So
there's zero.
Who cares if they're functional?
Well, apparently, in the rumor mill with these, there's possibly a freaking Shadows of the Empire set coming up.
Which no kids.
Why don't you just buy? Hey, this is what I don't get. Why don't you just buy the fucking OG things? The figs. Because if you think about it, how much does one of these figs cost?
Oh, like maybe $30 in a pack.
Okay, and it's probably like the 6th time they've done Han Solo in fucking armor. Just go buy the fucking Forces one for fucking $1.99.
Yeah, true.
Same point of articulation.
Hey, they just came out with a new Walrus Man and Doctor in the Cantina set that was the Habs exclusive. So they double dipping by doing a retro figure, which they never had in the regular retro line, which they try to get the figures that were never in the retro line, and some that weren't. So I don't know.
So Hasbro's screwing you in order to sell something to you twice? I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
I feel like they do that every week.
Oh, that never happened.
Yeah. Only every week.
Yeah, we're getting some more Lego sets. You know, the 497 piece. This no, this is again.
Is that a vector?
Hey, Thursday. Speaking of Legos, Thursday there's going to be 40% off Star Wars. Or I think almost all Legos. I think Star Wars Legos in specific are going to be 40% off at Target. So just check for Thursday. It's going to be the Thursday special.
I like
you
that
got
one.
this.
Shout out buying shit and then going back and getting your 40% off afterwards with price match.
Yep. You going forward, Dom?
Yeah, before I get this. And so Columbia came out with the Darth Vader collection. Everything sold out. Everything sold out. The boots, $200 sold out. The jacket sold out, $350. The bag, the fanny bag, actually, the bag looks pretty cool. The other jacket sold out. The only thing that's available right now is the mug, the little canister.
What's the thing next to it? Is that a hat?
A hat. The hat sold out too.
Okay.
The hat sold out. The sweatshirt is still available between $40 and $30. I think the sweatshirt's $40 and the shirt's $30. But
these were nice.
The boots were nice. The heated boots, they heat. The colder it gets, your feet get warmer. Which I wish $200. That's not a bad price for boots. And Columbia really makes some good stuff. So
they're good material. I can't spend $200 on boots though.
The jacket reminds me of Gore-Tex.
Too much money on boots.
You remember the old
Are you
Gore-Tex?
kidding me?
Like
$200 is not too much. No.
For me, who's cheap.
Well, no, but it's not. It costs you more in the long. I've now got 15 different pairs of Hoka. I got a Hoka for every single thing I do now. And I'm telling you, like I used to buy like every 6 months I'd buy 6 pairs of Pumas. Which would equivalent to like one of the maybe 1.5 of these shoes. I don't wear anything. Like I bought the $200 here, I'll show you these.
Are you gonna buy heated boots though? You gonna spend money on heated boots?
Well, no, I'm not a pussy.
it's just the cool thing about those boots, they're black with the underneath it has the Empire symbol. Also on the tongue.
Those are good.
Inside, it's all red. The insole is all red with Vader.
Yeah, but they make good stuff. I mean, I own a lot of Columbia stuff. They make good shit.
I have the Boba Fett jacket from 2 years ago.
No, I mean, like I buy a bunch of their fishing gear and outdoor gear because I don't sit in my fucking house all day long.
There's people that all live in wintry areas, though. Those boots would get salt stained so fucking fast.
Yeah.
Walking on sidewalks.
But their boots, the boots, you gotta get the right.
That's what it is. Yeah. Dude, how much do you guys think boots fucking cost?
Should I
wait? So you're maybe out there and you guys fucking don't have real snow or some shit, but out here where shit freezes, boots aren't cheap.
Yeah, we don't have freezing.
Like listen, I have a pair of snow boots like to walk in the freaking snow if I have to. Like I don't like have the freaking heated $300 boots. Like
oh no, I don't wear Pumas.
My boots are not cheap, but they're practical. Like it's like
I wear 2 pairs.
I'm going to Canada at the end of the month, man. So I would love to.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like out here, like I wear, like for the last week, prior to this week, it was fucking like 3 degrees and fucking icy everywhere. You have to wear boots. You can't. What are you gonna? You fucking gonna wear your fucking Converse All Stars? Are you fucking stupid?
Shit,
you have to wear boots, bro.
The next 2 days here are gonna be freaking 60 degrees.
Yeah.
Next 2 days.
It's not like putting. It's not like
you gotta move out to
Colorado.
Colorado where it snows like 20 inches, and then 2 days later, it's all gone. It's all melted. There's no ice. It's gone.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just not. That's not it. So yeah, out here, I mean, I got snow boots for like the ski hills, but like that's a different boot. But no, I mean, actually, the Hokas are waterproof. I wear those if I'm not actually got ski boots out, like skiing boots on. Then I wear those.
The jacket. You know what the cool thing about the jacket? So it has the hood expired. It's like a helmet, like Vader's helmet. You put it on, it's kind of like shaped like Vader's helmet, but it also 3 jackets in one. You have an inside jacket, and then it becomes a vest. So you have 3 different things.
Vest or fleece? That looks cool, man. Yeah. How much was that coat?
The coat was $350.
That's cheap for that.
And last but not least, so original artwork went on sale for Droids, Boba Fett with Droids. It ended up selling for $93,750.
Nope.
It sold on December 4th, man.
It's a waste of money. Somebody right there. But hey.
A waste of money. What are you talking about? A waste of money. This guy probably has a huge collection, and it wasn't me. So
you don't know what this guy has. This could be his only fucking piece.
My wife freaking turned around. She goes, "Thank God." But the fact is that this is the ultimate Boba Fett collection to have this.
No, what are you gonna do with this?
Wait a minute, dude. The artwork from Droid is the ultimate Boba Fett collectible.
Yeah, the artwork from Droids, not like a cell from like the fucking.
I know, but it's so cool.
It's not the fucking prototype Boba Fett. None of that shit. No, yeah, this is something that somebody redrew this like fucking 3 years ago and trying to pass it off as original.
No, that's the original art. It's authentic.
It's Droids. This is not that cool.
But it's Droids, dude.
It's cool, not that cool.
It's like the most forgotten
this is why nobody can take you seriously. The ultimate Boba Fett collection, right
Dude, let me tell you something. How can they take you seriously, Blue Bear Lover? Give me a fucking break with this, man. Come on,
take you seriously. Nobody takes me seriously either. I get that, but
they shouldn't, and they shouldn't.
Dom's cooking again.
All I know is Boba Fett should still have the cape. Why doesn't he?
Dom, hey, Dom, hold on now. Every once in a while, we all say something stupid. We gotta take it all on it. Saying this is the most Boba Fett collectible, ultimate Boba Fett collectible.
It's not like
especially after you show the prototype Boba Fett.
I'm just saying it's like for an ultimate Boba Fett collector. It's not me because I can't get
Don't just stop digging. Just say I was wrong.
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. And I'll stand by the goddamn thing.
Hey, happy birthday, Giggles.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dom.
Congratulations on your 24th birthday. Is Dom taking you anyplace nice?
Probably for a burger or IHOP. That's my guess.
Hey, no, I take it out to better places, man. Having on the green, son. Not IHOP. Come on, man.
Taking her tavern on the green?
Never.
What is this, 1980?
I heard that.
No, why you give this guy the satisfaction to laugh like that? Come on,
there you go. She gets some happy.
Why you gotta sell
Everybody
out?
say happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. All right, let's get into this week in comics. Really good, even better. I don't know how this series. Like, I love the Trandoshan and then pregnant Leia shooting the dude in the back. Spoiler alert.
Oh, they're nice.
I mean, it's good. They make Leia good and tough again. Luke's not a pussy. The Trandoshan was badass that was in here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The story's going pretty well. I'll see what happens next time because it's going to be very Lando-esque heavy. Oh, and Bliss. The way they're doing Bliss, dude, she's ruthless, bro. She's a psychopath.
That's her mom, man. That's the so it's kind of cool how they brought her into the story.
Yeah.
No, this is good, and it sounds like this is going to be the main writer for the next Star Wars run, and so I'm kind of excited for that.
Who is this writer?
What's his name? I forget off the top of my head.
He's
doing the Free Comic Book Day Star Wars, so it makes me think that he's going to.
There's two stories in the Free Comic Book Day one. There's the
right. He's going to do the Luke. He's going to do the Luke New Republic one. So Makes it seem
I
like
think
it's
it's
gonna
gonna be a
be
little bit play.
main
You know what?
line.
Actually, I think this gonna have a little pullback. I read a couple of or saw a couple of the pre-art sets. Seems like it's gonna have very Dark Horse, Star Wars. What's that one series that had like the collection of 3 or 4 things?
You mean like Tails?
Yeah, Tails in it. It's gonna be very Tail-esque. So that should be fun. But good. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah,
Great. Keep buying this, guys.
Dom goes to IHOP instead of going to cons.
Yo,
That's just
fucking
how it
IHOP's
works.
awesome, man.
Oh, that's right. He went to that IHOP that time.
And I go to cons.
All right. Next week, coming soon, we've got the last part of this, but that's all right because this is number 4, but that's all right because there's still 4 more after it because we're getting into from Under Siege. We're going to what's the next one? We'll know in a minute because it's on the FOC. So, this will be the final arc in this portion. We just got some bounty hunters there. We got some balanced love. We got a whole bunch of characters going crazy in this book. It's good. I like it. I enjoy it. FOC, here we go. Last Stand. So the next grouping's Last Stand. Number 4 for Last Stand's on sale. I'm not quite sure we need 3 covers for Last Stand, but okay, we can do what we can do. All right.
I don't know if I love any of those covers, to be honest.
I don't think so either. But you know what? Who gives a shit about the covers? The insides are actually good.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I don't give a shit about the covers. We're getting this thing. It's a thing. There's going to be a Darth Mammon story. Well, you know who's. Hey, let me ask you a question. Vader, Darth Mammon. It's weird that they have Afra here. Who else do we got? Chia, Zara. Oh, and the tags. I wonder who's writing most of the stories in this book. Take a wild guess which author is going to be writing.
There's 3 authors. All the 3 mainline authors are writing one story.
I don't know, man. Saul and whatever.
It's Soul, Gillen, and who's the other one that came after Gillen? Or
Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron. So I mean,
yeah.
I think Aaron's run was good.
There's going to be a 00 story. Yeah, but he's going to get Tarkin. He's going to get, which was good.
I thought Aaron was doing the
001, 000.
Squad. No, there's a story about the not the Bad Batch, but the one that the Bad Batch is kind of like based off of. Scar. Yeah.
I know that what's his name? Isn't Gillian getting the 000 fight with whatever? With
I think that's right.
droid?
Yep, and that's be good. And then you're getting Soul doing the Moment, all that other stuff. Which
I don't know.
The
one at 25, that is Moment. It looks like that's Moment's helmet with Afra, but I don't think they're crossing over.
But
so we'll see. Maybe she'll find
I like that Afra cover.
There's also a 1 in 50 virgin. Okay.
Yeah.
There's that.
I don't think anybody needs to buy that 1 in 50, but
no, I don't think you need the 1 in 50 either. But there you go. All right. I mean, if it's a B cover, it would have been okay. We also got Ewoks, more Ewoks. I like the Ewoks. I know fucking Wayseeker hates anything that's cool. So
what is that middle cover? What is that thing?
What's what?
Go back.
I'm going back.
What is that thing?
What do you mean, the thing that eats Ewoks?
Yeah.
That's the other ones.
That thing is creepy. I'm a nightmare.
Yeah. Where have you ever been?
I'm freaking Endor, son.
Yeah, dude. This thing's been around there forever. What?
I forget
the walker in the bag.
The AT, yeah, that's an ATST in the way back.
Oh yeah, that thing's creepy.
Yeah, those things are, man. They're creepy as shit. Yeah.
I like how the cover on the right looks like the Ewoks doing like classic super heroine, like Black Canary pose or something.
That's all right. Yeah, I'll probably get the one on the way right. Then maybe Dark Horse will give us some books, and maybe they won't. They're going to give us Echoes of Fear. Nobody gives a shit because I think
that's
it's number
a good
4.
story. That was
Wayseeker, stop.
You liked it. You said Echoes of Fear was one of the best comics Dark Horse has done.
Yeah, that's not saying much considering they can't fucking get anything out on time.
These ones have not been delayed.
I'm all for my boy Reith getting a power up.
Huh?
I'm all for my boy Reith getting a power up. It looks like
I know, right?
Rod there.
So, it'll be fascinating because the rod has negative effects on people, and that's what's the downside? What's it going to do to Reith when he gets the rod? He's going to recover the last rod.
Wayseeker, I'm sorry, but nobody gives a shit anymore. I was trying to get through this audiobook too, and I just kept telling myself, does anybody they've done so much damage to the High Republic that nobody, I get it. You want to try to push for it, but nobody gives a shit anymore. I actually kind of was looking at it going, we get the Bulin, we get the little hut. nephew kid. You know what I mean? We get a little, and then I was like, yeah, but then we're gonna get fucking what's her name on the front, and is that another direction of how what's her name is it?
Did Boone get shot in the eye like the one guy at the start of?
I don't fucking know, man.
Is that where that came from?
I just don't know if we can care. I just don't know if there's any cares left to give for High Republic, how much damage they've done to this property.
Yeah, I don't think it's as bad as you think it is.
Marco sounds like he's out on High Republic.
I just think you toned out and you're done, and that's fine. But I think there's still people that are wanting to see how this thing ends.
Yeah, I'm not even sure you're going to get that.
Well, then
have you been listening to that audiobook?
Yeah.
All the High Republic is we're going to give you 75% rehash of shit we've already given you, and maybe 20% of new shit, and then we're just going to fill the rest of the time. So
yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting much out of the annual, but I've enjoyed Echoes of Fear, so I'm looking forward to how that one ends.
Here you go, Dobby.
The clones are back.
Yay!
Pretty cool.
Hey, look, I got some art from this. The B cover looks like shit. The A cover I really like, and luckily the inside art is a lot like the A cover, which I think it's got a little bit of a maybe this will be better than what they were doing with it. Have them go on some adventures, do some stuff that might be kind of good. Is
this pre? Are those stories pre Bad Batch? Like, is that when they're Clone Force 99?
Yes, it's before. Yeah, before Omega.
Yeah. So I mean, it has some ability to actually have some good stuff, but once again, it's not just High Republic. I lose faith in everything that is Dark Horse.
These stories take place before they were introduced in.
Please don't ask the same question that was just answered.
No, Clone Wars. Before the Clone Wars, like when they first the 4-episode arc with Anakin. Before that, these take place.
Gotcha.
Cool. All right. Well, that's all we've got for that version of the comics. We can get into we've got a couple of the little hot list thing, or we can get into more talk of our little. I think we should get into our Skeleton Crew key talk, right? Don't you think? Separate it a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Let's get into that. I added something. I added another slide to your last page. So here we go.
Skeleton. It's going to be out of order now. All that work. Oh, just kidding. I don't care.
Yeah, it's way out of order. It's actually way out of order. All right, JJ, what do we got for Skeleton Crew here? Yeah, that's it. This is exactly it. Same feel.
Yeah, it's very much New Hope introduction, like down to the smoke and guy coming out of the only difference was the hash was a circle instead of a square, and I had to lighten every single photo, so it was super ass dark compared to New Hope. Other than that, it's like almost shot for shot in some things. You don't have two droids comically running about like a.
Yeah, I mean, also Rogue One-esque for you Rogue One fans.
Yeah. So very much lifted off of that.
They did a great job on this.
Yeah, a lot of action. I'm kind of with Dom. I did think the opening was a bit on the weirdly dark side. Like I had to check it real quick. Did I click the right Star Wars show? But I didn't expect it to be. It wasn't super violent.
The Wolfman comes out like IG-11 and just fucking starts spinning shooting. Yeah, I was like,
I get straight up shot in the eye and then shot in return. I'm like, wow.
Dom loves this shit right here.
I was wondering because I saw it in the theater with my 7-year-old and she's seen A New Hope and it didn't phase her at all how dark it was or anything like that. So yeah.
Obviously, guys swinging in on lines and attaching themselves to ships is very pirate-like. So set the tone right there as far as that goes.
I think that's pretty cool. I like that.
Much better than Ahsoka,
So I actually like the Ahsoka thing.
Dom said this was cool because Dom said this was cool because Ahsoka put on a spacesuit. So did these guys.
I like it.
They did this better than Ahsoka.
Totally better. Ahsoka was horrible.
Oh no, this was great.
Didn't even move.
I like it.
Although I don't know about the wisdom. You have in the old pirate movies like that, they swung past the cannons. I don't know about the wisdom of swinging past the cannon like that in real life, but you can do what you want to do. It's not a good way to get blasted in 6 pieces. But, I don't know if anybody else. So this is actually one of my favorite comical scenes. We get to the captain's leading them to the vault, and Captain Silvo is his character's name, as we know.
Yeah, it looks like what's his name? The guy with the G.
Okay. Look at Haval Rivera.
So exactly, Doug got it. So for us, well, not for me, but for these other guys that grew up over there,
Scarface Bolt.
Yeah, Al Capone's Vault,
Al
which was
Capone's
a
Vault.
famous thing where Geraldo was good. And this was a big time TV special. Dom, Marco probably remember it. Like people like
It was like an hour and a
gathered-
half. Everybody tuned
Yeah,
into it.
I watched
Yeah,
it.
what's inside the vault? And it turns out they cracked open the vault and nothing was inside.
No, there's
And
a
he
bottle.
goes,
There was a bottle. That's it.
yeah, he
Yeah,
goes,
one bottle,
we'll come back to you guys. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back
Mhm.
after the commercial break.
JJ, I get the old guys know this, but how do you know this?
Because I'm well read.
Yeah, there you go.
I was 1 year older. I think it was 1987, so I was 2 years old when this happened.
Jesus.
Yeah, the old guys get this. I get that, but I win. That's a deep cut right there. I'm impressed.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. That's a great one.
Also, I like this scene a lot too because the guy on the right, who pats him on the shoulder, kind of like, oh, it's okay, and then he's the first one to get punched in the face when the mutiny breaks out. I
Go
thought that was
figure.
hilarious.
He has 3 eyes and an eye patch, so he lost one of his eyes. That's funny.
Yeah.
I love that.
One of the callback, I just included this because this is the first time you see the kids, so this is the first impression you get of any of the kids, which is Wim playing with his action figures, which is very much. I don't know that kids do. You guys have kids, you can answer the question better than me. I don't think kids do this that much anymore.
They do.
Like with actual action figures, maybe, but
Yeah, they do. They do. Kids still both the boy and the girl still. I mean, she plays the dinosaurs in Barbie Dinosaur Combo.
Remembers.
That's a thing. Like the dinosaur Barbie combo is legitimately a thing. He played with.
Mhm.
They made that little Star Wars thing. Now he doesn't really play with Black Series as much. He plays more with like vintage He-Man and Transformers. But yeah, they do it all the time.
Now this ties
Stuff
back
shit
into.
everywhere.
I'll go ahead and ask this question because it ties back into our discussion about the planet thing, which we talked about a lot earlier. But let's say this planet is like some hidden planet, which we assume it is at this point. Do you think it was actually hidden away from the entire time of the Empire ruling it? Like, do they still think the Jedi are like revered as they were like in High Republic days?
Yes, that's what I
That's
think.
kind of
Yeah,
the
I
thing
would
I
agree.
got.
Yeah.
I don't even think Higher Republic.
You'll notice when he talks about the Jedi to other people, like nobody says the Jedi were evil or traitors or anything like that. Nobody says anything actually. They think he's kind of funny for wanting to do that, but they don't think that the Jedi are bad, like you would see during the Empire times. So.
I think.
Well, I mean, I think it could even be Clone War era-esque
exact Clone War. I was about to say that Clone War era.
because not everybody thought it was. Once again, I think the planet isn't named Atat or a T or whatever. I think that's just Atat. What?
Aden.
At Aden. I don't think that's the name of the planet. I think it's just kind of like whatever. I think they're kind of making it up.
Well, the whole fact is, they know it as a legend. People when they were explaining about the
Yeah, that's the thing. Everybody knows the name, so the name
They know the
at
name.
Aden has to come from somewhere,
Yeah.
like some sort of legend. But Marco may have a point. Whether or not the planet they're actually on is actually at Aden or not remains to be seen.
But there
They
is
sure did
Aden.
say because they sure did see a bunch of times, even the people there that like they don't know the planet. They don't know where the planet is. There's no planet. There's no like.
Mm-hmm.
You would have.
They just know the name at. They just know the name at Aden. They don't know anything else other than that. Yeah.
I mean, the robot even couldn't tell you like the name of that planet. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, what's this? Kids try to sell you cookies?
No, so this is Latchkey Kids, right? This
Oh.
is a very 80s, 90s concept of working parents raising kids. Maybe it'll still be today, I don't know. But you like leave the $20 on the table so you can buy a pizza for dinner later or your lunch money or whatever. And I'll be home late, so let yourself into the house, which he does later on. So this is a very Latchkey kid concept with Latchkey.
I didn't
kids.
know till recently that's what that was.
Really?
I thought it was a program, an after-school program. Yeah, well, because my parents fucking worked. We didn't call the shit. I guess we didn't have enough money to call it Latchkey Kids or whatever the fuck.
No, this was me. This was like get home and
we would just break in.
and
We'd make
I got
ourselves some
home
fucking
and-
macaroni
yeah.
and cheese and call it a day.
yeah.
That's it.
Well, you were a Latchkey Kid then. That's what I did. But
Yeah, I like the green milk instead of the blue milk.
I don't think anybody called ourselves Latchkey Kids though. Like I don't think we knew what that was. I
Oh,
think
it's a
that's
very
a later
popular
term. Yeah,
it may be more of a 90s thing, but yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just kids, and I think it still happens to this day. That's just what you do with kids when your parents work. You just fucking come home and
No.
deal with shit.
Did he get the green milk?
Yeah, he's got the blue milk, which is obviously a Star Wars reference there.
It's
Yeah,
green
and
milk. It's green.
this-
Not blue.
Is it green?
How can you tell? That looks like
I don't know.
spoiled milk.
Green.
Greenish, bluish.
God, why does it matter?
I
It's
don't
gray.
Because
Gray
it's not
milk.
blue milk. And the only other time you've seen green milk, Act 2, when friggin' Luke was fucking taking the nipple of the fucking creature.
Gray milk. I say it's gray milk. You've never seen gray milk before.
But either which way, also too, this is where you first see the
Green.
credits. He pops
Wait,
those
why is
credits
he,
on the
wait,
table.
hold on, Wayseeker. Hold on. Why is he dead set on it being fucking green milk?
Green.
Because it's Boba
I
Fett.
see.
Comes out.
No,
Huh?
it's green. It's what I see, green. And when he poured it, it was green. It wasn't blue.
Why do you care?
Yeah,
Why
I'm
does
just
it
saying.
matter?
What does it
It's
matter?
just-
Listen,
It's just curdled milk. That's all.
that's it.
But
It's all
why? Why do you
horrible.
care about this?
No, hold
I'm
on, hold
just
on.
wasting time talking about freaking green or blue milk.
You waste your time talking about goddamn fucking blue bear. I'm talking about green milk.
He actually hasn't brought up the blue bear at all. Yeah, it's chocolate milk. He's a kid, so it turned
Remember when they
green.
used to have? Remember they used to have the different
He's having
powder,
cereal.
the powder for like strawberry milk and all that you could add in there, and like it would turn it like some horrible color of like off pink.
It's green blue milk. I don't know. The cup's got red, yellow, and what color is that cup that he's in front of him? The 1980s.
It's like a red, yellow, and green.
The yellow
thing.
cup.
Okay. So then the milk is not the same color as the.
No,
It's
it's
not
not.
green.
Look, he has cereal. He's not drinking out of that cup. He has a bowl
Yeah,
of
it's eating
cereal.
cereal.
No, what I'm telling you is in the big jug where the blue fucking milk is, it's not the same color as the green. It's because we
No,
know
it's
green
not,
is
because
glass.
it's a glass, a different color green.
Maybe that's juice.
Yellow and blue make green, and that cup is a yellow cup, and the thing turns green.
Christ.
So what color is the milk? Blue.
These are not the Easter eggs.
I think you just broke somebody's fucking brain on that one. Basically. You just broke somebody's brain on that shit.
I get the last word. It's fucking
Nestle
green. End of
Quick.
story.
Nestle
There you go.
Quick. Love this stuff.
Yeah, there you go. Nestle Quick.
That's what you're the powder stuff you were calling Nestle Quick the
Fucking
powder stuff.
Ovaltine. Okay.
The point overall being is this is a very callback kids, at least in my opinion, scene. Here.
Well, I mean that glass is straight out of the 70s, bro.
Also,
And
this
actually, it was
established-
kind of interesting. If you look at what he was eating on too, it had like teak feeling to it. Like the furniture was very
And that-
mid-century. Kind of
yeah, the house is very like
Yeah, mid-century.
70s, early 80s design of like levels. Remember the sub-level houses and everything you got going on? But yeah.
You know, listen, you know, the funny thing is that Star Wars, I love their cereal. Andor, he ate cereal. His kids eating cereal. You know, I love this shit.
Yeah, and Andor was a little weird though, because he's a grown man.
Grown man, I eat cereal. I eat Raisin Bran every freaking day, man. Small bowl of Raisin Bran. Fiber
Yeah.
purposes.
We didn't need to know that.
There you go. Now you did. And no one's
Brad Pitt eats cereal in Ocean's 11 and shrimp and shit. So yeah,
Now,
call back.
this is one of the things that a lot of people were like, there's no neighborhoods in Star Wars, and this was kind of one of their points of getting angry about. But the suburban neighborhood is very much Amblin Entertainment, which was ET, which is where that shot's from. This was a very ET thing, right down to like the car here. You'll notice the cars in there, station wagons, things like that. So very suburbanite, like late 80s neighborhood there kind of going.
Yeah, that's what you're doing there too.
But yeah. So I don't know. What do you guys think about the concept of like having the suburbs in Star Wars?
I actually like that. I actually like it. I actually think it's more just a cover. It's the it's still smoke and mirrors. It may look like this, but
Hey, guess what?
Like a
Guess
photo.
what? If you live with families, they're probably gonna live in some form of situation where you're gonna have like a suburb type living. It's almost everywhere,
Well,
like in
yeah.
developed cultures. So, I mean, like you
And
saw high rises, right? We saw the planets where there's high rises, stuff built on top of each other, that's familiar too. Of any place that immigrant, like any big city area, that has happened before. They just literally have built on top of shit.
Built up, not out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
keep building up.
my aunt who lived in Maryland, when I first met my aunt back in the mid to late 70s, went to Maryland, Hollywood, Maryland, and the houses look like that.
Where?
Like that.
Maryland Monroe.
Hollywood, Maryland.
There's a Hollywood, Maryland.
Yeah, there was
Did not know
Hollywood.
that.
There's Hollywood everywhere, I think.
Yeah, so and the houses are like this. So we had a hill. There was a hill
Springfield.
from where the house was. The house was. You go down the hill. So basically, this looks like that too. Which is
So it looks like a suburb. So your
Yeah, suburb.
aunt lived in a suburb. Oh fuck, those are odd. You never see those.
No, I'm just saying, but in real life, growing up a kid, man, I'm just saying, in the 70s, man.
Mm-hmm. He's saying this reminds him of that, which is what this whole show is. It's nostalgia. That's the point, Marco.
I get it, but they literally still build suburb like
they don't look just like this. I'll be honest. Like this looks very retro-esque.
They still look like this because people don't update their houses. But that's fine. Yeah. Whatever. I don't get it.
Okay.
It's Star Wars.
No, but I get what you're saying, JJ. I just don't understand the story that Tom's only ever been to one subdivision in his entire fucking life.
I've been
in the 70s.
No, in the 70s. I didn't say I've been to one thing. I said when I first saw it, the suburb there was.
You guys are just going.
All right, go next. Sword.
So this was very.
Hey, Neil!
I looked. This is the first time we've seen Neil, which was hilarious to me that they had fight. I looked and I swore I was looking for an image that reminded me exactly of this. I swear there was a Star Wars saber fight that started almost exactly like this, but I couldn't remember which one it was. But this is very much the thing kids would do. And another thing I found hilarious, I didn't capture a picture of it, but as they're doing their fake fight with sabers. He gets his arm cut off, which happens in every Star Wars saber fight ever. But yeah, I thought this was a great scene and a good way to introduce them to those two as friends, I think. So.
Yeah, you don't get that on Star Wars Bag.
Yeah, Star Wars Bag doesn't cover the suburbs quite like we do.
I asked one question and it sparked a 10-minute.
Do you have the next scene after this too?
With his arm cut off, or what are you talking about?
No, with the people across the street.
Oh no, I don't. Where they catch him?
Dude, my son turns to me after that. He goes, "What's wrong with those people? These kids were just having fun, man. Jeez, what losers!" Yeah. Talking about the people making fun of him. I was like, "Holy shit, dude!" He's like, "Yeah, why are they so upset? These kids are having fun. They're not doing anything." It's like, "Oh damn, all right, yeah, good on you, son." Dude, Neil would destroy Nubs in exactly what? It'd be faster than Tyson.
That ain't even happen. Nubs just gonna flip over him and gone. Yeah. Nubs is trained.
Who? What?
Nubs is trained. Nubs is destroyed Neil.
Please.
You know it ain't even close.
Dude, Nub karate chop to the pipe. Bop, done. Take that little furry bear, skin it real quickly. Over.
You wish.
Got a new rug.
You wish.
Hey, his little brothers will be peeing all over that rug in no time.
We got RX.
Dom, where are you on this? Dom, what'd you?
Michael's got it. This is 100% Star Tours. Is our bus driver here?
Dom, when we're going hard on him for his Nubs comment, that's when you come in. But no,
he's already given up.
Yeah, you warm out.
Who I think isn't he now a bartender?
Yeah, he's in Cantina. He works.
He works in the Cantina now.
Yeah, he used to do the tours.
Yeah,
he used to be Star Tours. And then he did the Shuttles and Rebels. Mm-hmm. He was in that one, and now he's doing the Olga's Cantina.
Yep.
Is that like when the kid put the Star Wars version of gum in the back of his head?
Yeah,
that was good.
Star Wars.
So make him turn the bus around. All right, I'll let Wayseeker take this one a little bit. He can talk about it because he brought it up in our group chat about the Great Works thing. But throwback to High Republic and Lena So.
Yeah, so Lena had a bunch of great works. We know that the Beacon is the main one, but it was awkward watching this again because of how many times she kept saying great works over and over again in this speech, which, that's why I do believe that whenever this person crashed, it was in this High Republic period, somewhere in this Lena So era, because why would you continue to use this word? So they think they're building up on Lena's great works era. So I don't know.
Do you think?
No, it's it's going to be almost 200 years, then. That's a pretty long timeline there.
Yeah, but the question is, so I floated the Santika thing a little bit earlier, and that maybe that was kind of been trapped in time or hidden by the Santika family, at least on hyperspace routes and stuff. What if it's also more of because she has a son, right? So she would have descendants and stuff as far as that goes. What if she or one of her descendants, probably not her, but one of her descendants is was it supervisor? I believe, is that what they were called or whatever? So for the planet.
They 100% crash landed with the pirate ship, yes. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, they might have been. They're pirates. They found Old Republic credits and then crashed at some point. But and it could be her. I remember there was that book that came out about a year and a half ago with Qui-Gon went and followed the star map and went to the High Republic planet that was blocked off by all those boulders in the sky that nobody else had gotten to for like 150 years, and there was life there. So I mean, I think we've seen this before in Star Wars, so it wouldn't be surprising if something caused this planet to be hidden, just like that.
I just think that I really don't. I think you're going way too much into it. I think the pirates stole a bunch of old Republic credits from someplace, maybe like 60, 70 years ago. The little thing me and Don were talking about, the little, what is it called? The picture on the wall, the glass.
Yeah,
what's the shit called?
The mosaic,
not a mosaic, but yeah, pretty close.
Yeah.
Mural, the little mural on the glass they have in this broad's house with the little daughter that's got the little elf. It's got a Neil like character in it. It's got some dude, and then it's got some Holy Grail guy sitting there while they're all giving them gifts, like the three wise men, or two wise men and a wise woman. I think that has something more to do with it than anything else. I think it's more of Planet of the Sith type stuff than it is.
No, I don't think so.
Ball.
But what? So
okay,
what?
Well, you could be wrong as usual.
I can be. I don't think this is right. I think this is a long shot. This is like a Dom percentage. What if the tech is Stormwall tech, Nihil Stormwall tech that protects the planet from being anybody getting in and out? And the ship is because the ship has a Nihil drive. It's able to get through the barrier.
But you don't think they would have showed you the barrier? Why would they show you the ship going through the barrier?
I mean, you could see the stars on one side, you couldn't see the stars. So there was some sort of barrier that blocked even you being able to see the sky above.
I think it more is like a Truman Show type thing where it's like, you're blocked off from the world, but you're not really blocked off. You're just like fake blocked off from the world. Like the rest of the world, or rest of the galaxy, I should say, is still out there.
And could that be like the fake Hollow Earth when Kong was held in the fake Hollow Earth? He thought it was Hollow Earth, but he took the spear and he threw it into the thing and shattered it. Then he knew that he wasn't where he was.
I have no idea what movie you're talking about.
Kong.
I have not seen Kong. I have not seen it.
Yeah, Kong.
Well, he was they had Kong in a environment that mimicked Third Earth, where Hollow Earth, where he came from, and finally he picked up something, he threw it and hit the ceiling, and the ceiling shattered, and he was able to see that it wasn't where he was.
Yeah,
maybe
like a dome, like a false dome.
A dome type of thing.
I could see that. Yeah, I buy that.
One thing too, we don't really know yet. They talk about, so for reference to people that didn't watch it, this is Fern's mom, and she's the undersecretary, and she talks about the supervisor, and it's their great works and stuff like that. And all the people contribute to, almost like a weird, like dear leader situation. But
he's Charles.
We don't know yet that the supervisor is even human, because everybody else we see that's in charge of everything is a droid. We don't even know if the person in charge of the school. We see the school, but we don't actually see the proctor ever.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. So, man behind the curtain type of thing. Like, you don't know.
Here's the thing, though. Somehow people, pirates at least, have heard of the planet. At one point, that means that somebody from this planet, you would assume, had gotten out. Somebody had. Right? That's the only way here. Nobody knows about. The only thing they know is there's a pirate that was on the planet. The people there are rich, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're this person, you crash land, you get all this stuff. All of a sudden, you're like, "F it, we're sick of being chased around. We're just going to start a new civilization. We don't want anybody ever to come back and ruin our civilization," which is fair. That could happen, like especially if your normal captain dies. I mean, we've seen these stories before, where all of a sudden somebody steps up after they've cannibalized each other or whatever's happened to it. And all of a sudden they're like, we're just not going to let outsiders in. This makes a perfect scenario why they're telling people they can't get out of the planet. They got out of the planet pretty fucking easily, is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think the ship was able to navigate towards it. I think the ship was meant to navigate towards the...
Right, but they would have showed something. They would have showed...
They might have. They might not. We'll see. We'll see what they...
Maybe going out, coming back, you might see something. Maybe it's not going out. But people just see... Like, it's like probably just like a screen, like maybe just something blocking where you can go.
Well, I mean, I think the whole point right now, and what the rest of the story is going to be, is the parents are the underwriter, her and the dude, what's his name's dad. They're not. Nobody's allowed to go get the kids because they don't want to. Like, once you leave, you don't know how to get back. Nobody know, and you don't know where the planet is because it's just a name. It's not an actual planet. So they let people go out, and finally, this mom and the dad decide to go on a quest to get them out, and that's breaking the rules.
It's like we said, earlier. Like, how long? How much do the parents know more than the kids? And like you said, do they want to leave the commune type of thing?
Yeah, like you're not allowed to leave the commune even if your kids are gone, and that's like it's happened before where somebody has been ejected from the commune, and you just like you would have to have a way of getting back. If it was a tracking system that allowed you to go in and out of a certain airspace, there would have to be a way for you to be able to track back into that space.
If you looked at the sky, it almost looked like a nebula, right?
Yeah.
It almost looked like in Star Wars Rebels, where like you had to fly through some sort of nebula to get there.
That's fair.
I was going to wait to the end of the first episode recap, kind of to ask this question. But do we even know it's actually a planet? What's to say this isn't like?
I'm saying it doesn't.
In other things, you had concepts of space stations that were like cities. What's to say this isn't some space station?
I think
and everything's artificial
here. I think it's a planet. We don't know, but I think it's a planet.
Yeah, you're really going Truman Show on that. But no. All right, what do we got next?
So this is just interesting. This is basically the Star Wars version of hacky sack.
Yeah,
these kids are playing with their heads.
When the red guy got hit in the face, my son lost it. He laughed his ass off.
Yeah. So I thought that was fun.
Plus Neil just looking sweet. Okay, This is the only guy that's a shitbag. The guy that's on the bike is a shitbag. Like, why are people annoyed with that character?
So that's, I think it's Bonge Falla.
Yeah, even his name sucks, Bonge.
Well, it's a play. So this is a throwback to even past the 80s to the 70s. This was Harrison Ford's first Lucasfilm role, where he rolls up in an American Graffiti and challenges to a race as Bob Falfa. So this is Bonge Falfa on the motorbike here.
Oh, his name was Bonge Falfa?
Uh-huh. So it's literally a direct reference to that character.
Well, he could have been, like I said the thing could be like a young Ben Solo because he has the features.
He does look a lot like Adam Driver, which he does lends to it.
It's not.
Yeah, no wonder I don't like that face.
And he's a bit, and how old is Ben Solo now? If you really think about it, from this point, this takes place.
Ben Solo.
I don't know.
No, I'm not saying it's Ben Solo.
He might be
Ben Solo.
4, 5.
That's it. That's all I asked.
4 or 5.
Relax. Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Why are you asking how old Ben Solo is?
Because he wants to know if that actually is Ben Solo.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's Ben Solo. Wait, Seeker. Shut your mouth.
This was a fun reference.
Michael got it.
But is Michael a fucking Wayseeker's buried account?
I think it's Wade Seeker's twin cousin that's making up these things.
Oh, it's so good.
A fun throwback here is the part that Fern needs for her bike. They find out is a power converter. If sounds familiar, you can go to Tosche Station and pick up some power converters there. But so we finally get to see what a power converter looks like, I guess. This was an interesting moment. I couldn't find anything that this was a direct reference to, other than I tried to look at the medal. The medal, I think, is the same emblem that's on their school uniforms, the same patch almost. But it's kind of reminds me of like when at least when I was a kid, like you'd get a report card or a National Honor Society or something like that, and like you were trying to kind of hide it from your parents.
Hold on. Yeah, no. So you know what this reminded me of? This reminded me of my kid's an honorary student. This is exactly it. The parents of that era that have absolutely ruined the people, mainly around our age, by like, oh hey, look, I went to your school. And got you your award. Yeah. Here you go. Here's your award. I got you. You know, like that was really big during the 80s. There was really some parents that were of the like. They were the kids of the World War II era, right before kind of the baby boomers, and they just were like survive by yourself. And then there's what you guys call the latchkey kids, where it's like, oh, but we'll give you pizza money and everything else, and it's like a kind of they had to name their kids. They had to give them extra awards. They had to like, you know, we saw the scandal with the stars getting their kids into college. That kind of is the trickle down effect from what the parents before that did. And this really does remind, like, you knew kids where their parents would come in and it's all about getting their kid like, oh, well, you know what, they didn't really mean to miss that one assignment. You should give them an extra half a grade while you're a kid just going like, the fuck is this parent doing here? This is stupid. You know, just really, that's what this reminded me of. That era of like the parents being like, you're never going to get a job, a real good job. You're going to have to go fucking be a plumber if you don't fucking get good grades here. You know what I mean? That type of shit, which really was of that era.
Job we talk about. Huh? Good job. He owned the company.
What the fuck, Tom?
Well,
Did you listen to anything I just said?
You said to be a plumber. If you don't get the, you said plumber in a.
Yeah, Dom. When you went to fucking school, I'm telling you, your age, they had parents saying, "Hey, don't be into trades. You need to go to college. My kid needs to be the best." That bullshit. That was happening while we were going to school, Dom. That's what I was saying. Yeah, I didn't say anything being wrong with a plumber or something in the trades.
That you said made a part about plumbing. Hey,
that's also
I said the word. Yes, you're right. I said the word fucking plumber. You're right. I did.
No, you said plumber. Right.
This also kind of showed how kind of disjointed the parents are from their kids' lives. At least it seems that way. Because if you notice, so these were the only two parents. Well, you kind of saw Neil's parents, but not like actually interacting too much. But as far like these were the only parents we actually saw interact with kids. And they're very much not involved in their lives. Like she doesn't even know that Fern's not there. Like at one point.
That's what I'm saying. That was a very like 80s thing to do. Like the parents would because they were absentee
parenting. Yeah.
Yeah, because they were absentee from their kids' lives. They'd go into the school and then just start throwing hellstorm. And I don't even think the kids cared that much of what was going on. To be honest with you. So.
So I thought. This reminded me of two things. It kind of reminded me of old like computer role-playing games. It would be like very much formatted like this, where like, oh, you know, you walk along a path and then you flip to the next screen and oh, you attack with a sword and you flip to the next screen. So that's kind of what this was Wim's like kind of, I guess, iPad or whatever. And also kind of the way it moved. If you notice when you hit a button, it like flipped and even made like a little click sound. It reminded me a lot of viewfinders. You remember viewfinders from the
Yeah, for sure.
Where we have those spinning kind of reel and go thing by thing.
Wasting your stop line. You don't know what a fucking viewfinder is. You're too young. Shut up. Say yeah, just to say yeah.
I know what that is.
No, you don't.
They still make viewfinders.
Do they?
Yeah. They're not as popular as they used to be, but they still make them.
Yeah, if you didn't see the thing, the book that all these book things, stories I was saying was pretty much talking.
I had one of those when I was like 3.
Yeah,
Oregon Trail. There's a good reference for it. The Sticks has.
I thought it was like Mist, but yeah.
Yeah, Mist is another one.
Yeah. All right.
I didn't have a direct reference for this one, but I swear I've seen this scene before.
Did we not do the thing? Did you not do the etch sketch thing, or we haven't got that when he's in school?
Oh, where he was in school?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Just because that's like I saw that more as like he's taking notes. I remember
really because it literally looked like he was doing an etch a sketch drawing of a fucking Jedi.
I pick it up and shake it, so it
get in trouble.
What's that?
Yeah. Then that
was on their desk.
I know, but it was like an etch a sketch machine. It was two.
We didn't talk about it. It was kind of crazy that like these kids are like 11 years old and they're teaching them like super advanced physics, and their desks are basically giant CAD computers to like build stuff on. It looks like.
Yeah.
That's like, so basically they're like training these kids to be like amazing physicists and mathematicians at the age of 11, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so what do we got here?
This was just where he first discovers the thing. You see the classic, like this is like every, I guess, adventure movie ever when you find the treasure, but the brush off the lid of the thing. So pretty basic, but I also just included here. I thought just so I could save the point of, I thought the part where he fell down the hill was hilarious. He couldn't get back up.
Yeah.
But I thought that was pretty funny.
Which is cool. I also talked about, he told you later about it. All right, go ahead.
So this kind of reminds me a lot of Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
You're right. Yeah.
I don't know if you it's a little bit of a role reversal, and then obviously 100%. Fern is more of the bad boy And
Same
he's
hair
the
on
good
the
girl,
dude, the
but yeah.
kid, the boy kid, and the what's her name,
Mhm.
the chick.
But I think that's even why they spaced it this way is because it reminds them a lot of see between them and
Oh, dude,
all
that's
that. But,
hilarious.
yeah.
Good job. That's good. Yeah, here you
Yep.
go, Dom.
Yep.
Here, Dom, I'll let you have this one. This is throwback to what?
It's a holiday special,
Yep.
1978.
So apparently circus exists in Star Wars officially now. I guess that's the thing. It's canonized. But yeah, you see Neil's little I don't know if they're brother or sister, siblings, we'll put it that way.
Yeah, I think
Watching
boy and
this.
girl sibling. Yeah.
Which we once saw them watching on the holiday family of Wookiees watching on the holiday special.
I just think because they're bib stuff. Go back. There's something you missed about that too that maybe you're a little bit too young to do. So, and Dom might be able to speak to this, but the outfit of the kid, although it's red and yellow, that's a very like in that 80s era right there, the late 70s Aries. It was a very popular like a sailor outfit with the same cut of a bib in blue and white. It's white with a blue trimming on it. I mean, I had it. I think Don probably was put into it too.
Probably.
We all had it. Like that's a very like.
There's a later scene where I'll point it out, and I'm pretty sure Neil is dressed like Mario, but
Actually, it looks like also if you've seen Dumbo. Remember Dumbo, the
flying
the
elephant.
mouse had the an outfit that looked like that. So kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just know that like Dan was in the service, but still, I think everybody he wasn't in the Navy, and he was an MP. So like, but everybody, we all like all of us had that. And our cousins had it. Like our neighbors. It was a very popular late 70s, early 80s, like that age kid outfit, like a sailor type outfit.
And also, even though what they're watching is a hologram, like the design of it reminds me a little bit of the wheel. Remember, like the carousel thing.
Yeah.
As we go around and you see like with some of them at least you can see like a moving picture.
It's the exact same piece, but they colored it different. The colors are a little different.
A little less 1970s color.
Yeah, 1970s. It actually got more rainbow to it than fucking tricolor. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I thought this one was fun. I don't know how many people actually do it, but apparently this is Neil's dad's garage as they're getting his tools or stealing his tools, I should say. But apparently he's got a St. Polly's Girl sign in the background there, which is very late 80s, early 90s thing to have of the species of Neil there.
Neil's dad likes to get tuned up in the garage, fucking smoking a couple of grits, banging around on his fucking automobile like he's actually doing something.
Yeah, for the unaware, the St. Polly's Girl was a somewhat famous German import beer in the late 80s. So
I think they still have it, don't they, or no?
Yeah. Oh, probably so. So probably got bought by somebody or something. But yeah, they used to have these signs up in bars and stuff. A lot of the barmaid holding the two beers.
No, holding like the 6, like Oktoberfest.
Yeah, this is the thing where he looks almost like he's like dressed like Mario or something.
Yeah.
So work overalls or what? But also this scene reminded me a lot of of course you get a lot of the boys versus girls kind of like claimsies, no claimsies in this thing, which is a very a kid-like thing to do. But also, it looks like she has. I could be wrong, but it looks like she has the honor roll patch or whatever thing there now attached to her backpack.
But, oh yeah, she does. You're right. Yeah, there you go. And patches on the sleeve. That's very.
I have no idea what it was. Yeah,
for sure.
Sleeve patching on that and all that was very
trendy
in back in the day.
And hey, you know what type of jacket? Hey, Dom used to have one of these. What type of jacket is Homeboy wearing?
What the like a members only jacket?
Members only jacket. He's rocking a members only jacket for sure, bro.
Yep.
He is definitely rocking a members only jacket.
Yeah, bomber jacket. That's the term.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah,
we got it.
Patches on the bomber jacket.
We're getting there.
This one was more of a Star Wars throwback than anything, and I didn't find a direct picture. I wanted something to show one that was buried, and this was the one I could find with the layers on the ground. But anyways, when they're exploring the ship, Wim talks about, hey, did you guys know that some Star Wars Jedi temples were, could bury themselves underground in times of duress or whatever?
They could, yeah.
Yeah, which was the thing we actually saw in Rebels and some other things. So
yeah, absolutely, that's cool.
This was another classic kind of Star Wars thing, which was like, oh, it doesn't start. Hit it real hard. It reminded me of the Millennium Falcon and the hyperdrive, where you just like hit it and it'll start, and sure enough, that's what happened. And then I kind of skipped to the end, but I tried to lighten this picture up as much as I could to see if there was an actual barrier there. There looks like there's something I think that's just from lightening it up too much. But this is them as they hit the stars and stuff, and kind of have an iconic Star Wars picture of the whole group looking out at the stars.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, this was the part where I thought was most interesting in the fact that they, at least when I first watched it, that they hadn't seen the outside world at all.
I actually was excited about how fast this moved and got them off the planet too. I don't know how you guys felt about that.
I like the way the ship took off. It was upside down and it turned itself around.
Mm-hmm. I tried capturing some footage of that, but it was really dark, and I didn't have time to lighten every image. But yeah, that was and the sequence where Wims is another strange thing. Like I said, we only really saw two parents or two adults in this first episode, and Wim's dad appears to be the only one that is concerned that several kids are missing, type of thing. And even when he talks to the droid's like, nobody cares.
Yeah, I think that's because I think once again that's kind of like they're gone. So
he's the only one. I think that the other Fern's mom doesn't know as of yet. Once they find out, they'll be a little bit. I think the robots are like, you know what? They fucking left. That's it. They're gone.
Yeah.
The
robots are very indifferent to their plight.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a crisis on the planet. I think the planet's going to freak out because somebody's left for the first time in centuries.
See, I don't think it's that. I think they're going to freak out when the parents try to go get them back, and then they're going to be like, "What the fuck?" Because
you saw tons of school kids, right? I mean, we saw that school was full of kids, and you have to.
Yeah, people be humping on that planet, dude, for real.
Yeah, where all those parents are, because you only see two. So are they all like kind of absentee parents, like these two were?
Maybe.
Or?
Yeah, I think that's probably it. Like, because there was the one person walking the frog dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it's not like there's no adults out there.
The only parent you see interacting, I think you can see Neil's mom when he gets home from school.
They have the three little kids at home or whatever.
Yeah, so. And that's the only thing you see as far as a parent like at home parenting. So, and that may be because they're small. Maybe once they reach school age, they,
go back to work.
Yeah, go back to work or re-enter the commune workforce or whatever they have, where everyone has assigned jobs.
Yeah, everybody has assigned jobs.
I'm telling you, the guy, the supervisor, the guy who they didn't show yet, he's a suspect. He's a bad dude, guaranteed.
A suspect.
I thought it was interesting too. I think maybe they were trying to show it because he seems to be like he's maybe a widower or something. But Wim's dad seems to be the one that's like, he's obviously not involved in his kid's life, but at the same time, he's really concerned about his kid's kind of future, I guess.
You didn't think they were showing kind of like economic disparity in that, like the mom, that's the whole thing about getting the grades, because then you're not going to get real good. Like they live on a cul-de-sac. Oh,
a little bit, yeah. And the cul-de-sac even had like a sculpture in the middle of it and everything.
Yeah,
but
the other ones kind of live.
And yeah, his dad kind of like is like works 60 hours a week, like kind of like
bum shopping around.
Yeah. So maybe to a degree. Also, too, it may just be like the fact of like, a hierarchy on the planet, almost like a nobility type thing, where she's an undersecretary and he's a analyst or something. I can't remember what his position was, but
yeah, I think that's right.
I don't think there's no parents. I just think there's absentee parents, like they're not involved in their kids' lives.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, if there's no threats on the planet, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if there's no internal or external threats, which there isn't, then I don't know.
Yeah.
One thing that came up that we really didn't talk about, because I didn't really show it in the slides, but there's a part where Wim mentions his mom reading him like stories at night.
Yeah.
Like a normal parent would. So obviously the two family lives we see, there's only one parent there. So it could be also a deal where we saw Neil's mom obviously being a parent, at least to the little ones. So it could also be a deal where there's one parent assigned to work and one parent at home, or something along those lines. But.
And he just lost his parent or something.
Yeah.
Well, I think, like I was telling Marco in the beginning, episode 3 is supposed to introduce Fern's second mommy.
Where are you hearing this stuff from, Dom? Where? Why are you listening to this stuff?
I don't know. Well, I don't even know how it's relevant.
What's I get? I said
it's not like It's not the
I just-
planet where everybody
I'm just
controlled by
saying,
droids is normal.
Second
anyway.
mommy.
That was my whole Smurf or Satan's thing, and whatever rap music's gonna make us do whatever, and video games are gonna make us shoot each other. Like,
Mhm.
And look, I'm not condemning anything. I'm just saying it's second mom, and that's the thing. As
But
long
you're
as
clearly bringing it up, like because you think it's going to be controversial or something.
it is going to be controversial, that's the thing. Yes, it'll be a controversial thing every time they do that.
Why wouldn't?
to who?
I'm just saying.
Like, no offense, but like, I don't think Vern's fucking mommy, second mommy, even if it's a daddy in a mommy dress, like nobody's gonna give a shit because it's gonna be a secondary. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I mean, who gives like literally
there are
gives
literally, like,
zero fucks about it? Like, I just want the story to keep going. The story's going good.
Yeah.
So.
There's
Yeah.
also too like all kinds of aliens and shit like on the planet like that are kids like they always say they have alien parents like I don't care.
You see,
So.
look at the freaking Ruben.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the point is, who cares?
You know,
But that's what I'm
Why
saying,
are
like,
you
who
listening to these
cares?
people? And why can't you just watch episode 3 without freaking trying to figure out what's going on before you watch episode
Well,
3?
to be fair, we're all trying to figure out what's going on, but
Yeah,
you don't
me
have to
too.
throw,
Yeah,
you don't have to
yeah,
throw
no,
a controversial
yeah.
element out of there. But yeah. Any which way, on to episode 2. We have SM-33, which is a clear reference of Peter Pan to Mr. Smee from Peter Pan. So
My wife picked up on that right away. That was like her favorite thing about either episode. It's me. That's all she cared about.
Smee.
So,
Oh, that must suck. All right.
So he looks like
She's
looks like he might
she's
weigh
the
less than
female
Mr.
version
Smee.
of Dom. She's just talking about some fucking random fucking pirate. And Peter, is this Peter Pan? It's Peter
Peter
Pan.
Pan,
Right?
Peter Pan.
Yeah, some random fucking Peter Pan pirate. She's like, dude, you know what that means? Yeah, it's Disney. They fucking used a Peter Pan pirate that fucking.
and I said Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Did I say Peter Pan? Everybody?
Peter Pan was even.
You married Dom, Wayseeker. You married
I
fucking
said it already,
Dom.
Peter Pan. It's already said already. So wait, think you're done. Get out of here.
You married fucking Dom. The fuck.
that's why
I remember watching
going
the
to
Peter
Dom.
Pan cartoon after school and reruns. Yeah.
Thanks for that input, JJ. Fucking
Yeah.
it. What are we doing with our lives?
Also, in another direct pirate reference, when they find the captain's quarters here, which also the captain dying in a duel with another guy is like very pirate 80s-esque, but this is straight out of Goonies.
Chunk.
Captain Chunk, where they're trying all of the pirate outfits and stuff. So Neil and Wim here. This was kind of a weird Star Wars reference. So, Waster, you want to take this one?
No, you can handle it.
Port Bogo. So Port Bogo, or is it Borgo? Borgo, right? Port Borgo is the kind of most Isley type pirate environment that they end up at. The droid takes them to. There was a Borgo Prime, which is referenced a couple different times actually in Star Wars. One was like a non-canon. Was it a Jedi Knight novel, I think, or something?
Way back. I mean, Legends novel from from
the early 90s or whenever Jedi Knight and Dark Forces is around. That's like mid 90s, I think, or something. Also, the Maz Kanata kind of references thing in like the Smuggler's Guide thing references also a Borgo Prime. So it's even most people think it's the same. Port Bogo and Borgo Prime probably just got renamed at some point. Don't know for sure, but still a fun little reference in there.
Yeah, it's always good when they bring something.
Yeah,
from
when they bring something back from the past like this. So I don't know if was this supposed to be the same species? Does anybody know?
Yeah,
the little
it's
guy.
the same species.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is Teak from was it the Ewok show? Is that what he?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Ewok caravan.
This is
Okay,
Dom's
Ewok
favorite
show.
thing ever.
Which is what
Hey, shut
early
up, man.
80s.
Much better than freaking goddamn.
Is this early 80s, Dom? Is this what this
80s.
was?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's like 84, 83.
But the hair. It looks like he's less hair, like he had hard times. So,
he's older now. Give him a break.
yeah, I know. Man.
Pilot.
He's really hitting them up too. He's like, yeah, fuck.
I mean, he was happy he got some credits. He was like, "Oh shit, where'd you get these credits from?"
I know, but he should have given him a ride back for free after they get that real cool.
Yeah, I know. That's a hell of a like one credit, and he was super happy. And
Hell no, you got one, you got two.
Yep.
Yep.
I guess there's no free rides.
No free rides in Star Wars.
See, now I was happy.
Yeah.
All right, Dom, take this one. You know this one.
Yeah, this is Dom's favorite scene.
No,
No,
I like
this
one.
is Dom's favorite scene because he yelled it the first thing he got on stream on that Monday. He
Freaking
yelled
Wham
this.
was like, let's go in there. And then somebody, no, we're not going in there. Obviously, it's a strip joint. It's a ladies' or alien, whatever kind of club it is. But the fact is that the
Strip
right
joint.
side, freaking the same species as in Jabba the Hutt in the
Yeah, it's not strip joint. It's straight up hookers. Yeah,
yeah.
like yeah, the Jabba
That's
thing.
awesome.
What you're missing is the other species on the left side. The lady
Yeah,
that
that's
tried to help the girl was known for kidnapping kids and putting them
Yes.
to slavery. So,
Yes.
Mhm.
I mean, this is straight up hooker. This is fucking
Trafficking.
island of what's the Pinocchio nose thing, dude? Lost Boys and Girls.
Mm.
Another one, never whatever it was.
Not never.
But I like
never
this.
Peter
This
Pan.
this was a. We'll see this wall.
Yeah, he went straight to the hookers. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Straight
baby.
to the hookers.
You got a trafficking reference and a Jabba
Ooh,
Palace reference all in one
Yep.
2 for 1.
shot. So.
Yep.
Anybody recognize this?
Yeah,
This little guy?
MJ. MJ.
Yep. This is straight out of a Disneyland, not necessarily a Star Wars reference, but a Disneyland reference. Captain EO from the Epcot Center,
Yep.
also
That's
known
the
as
shit
Michael
that's down
Jackson.
Michael Jackson, yes.
Yeah. So,
Captain EO, yep.
Oh, it was Pleasure Island Sticks. Thank you.
we got this reference here was the Old Republic scene where he calls it an Old Republic credit. I couldn't find actually a picture consistent of Old Republic credits. I think these made from a different era that I found here. But either which way, I don't know. Like there later was a thing where
Is it Old Republic or is it in Old Republic?
Yeah, that's what I've heard is that it's supposed to be an Old Republic credit, like
An older version of
old-
Republic,
Maybe like a
version of
higher
Republic.
public credit.
yeah, exactly.
or any type of, or even after.
So not like 4,000-year-old coin. Think like 200-year-old coin maybe or something. But like some, how you defined a penny from like 19 or 1870 or something along those lines. But yeah. All right, Marco, you want to take this one?
The worst
this guy?
fucking. This is the worst. This is Steve Urkel. This is the worst thing. The
Did
whole
I
thing.
do that?
Yeah, he's terrible. This is shitty.
This was also what I talked to on.
I was kind of
Tuesday
the end
or
of
Monday.
TGI Friday era anyway, so Urkel was just getting
Yeah.
out of my realm. I found him annoying as a Ute, and he's even worse here on the screen. He is
Also, too,
probably
he had the cheesiest pirate gear. Like, I mean, the is it Brutus the Wolf?
Brutus, yeah,
Boucher.
Captain
Yeah,
Brutus.
his looks a little weird, but it looks very piratey. Like his just looks like some sort of like what's the crappy Halloween store chain? Spirit Halloween or whatever. Where you buy the bad Halloween.
Captain Brutus,
It looks
man.
like a bad Halloween costume.
It's
Yeah, no, it does. It looks like
Let's be
it looks
honest.
like-
this
it looks like-
this is Star Trek 2.0.
it's cyborg. It's sci-fi cyborg Halloween suit.
I like the fact that
$5.99.
Captain Brutus is there, the species on screen. After having
Andy Davis?
it taken away out of the original in New Hope, they changed it to another character in New Hope. So
Captain
finally, the
Davis?
species is back on screen.
Did he say
It's about the
Captain
Teen
Davis?
Wolf type character.
Yeah, in New Hope, the original version of New Hope, they had he was in the canteen.
The question I have is, does the Urkel cybernetics or whatever look better or worse than the cybernetics from Book of Boba Fett?
Worse.
Yeah,
Worse.
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 That's
it is.
impressive. That's a good
He's
question.
actually
That
dressed
is a
like the
question.
man
It
from
is
space,
worse though.
Jackie Gleason.
Generally,
The man from space with Jackie Gleason.
It is very cyberpunk-esque. He's got a point here. It actually reminds me of there was an old video game. Was it Shadowland? Shadowrunner.
Shadowlands?
Was it
I know what you're
Shadowlands?
talking about. I played that game.
Yeah.
That was like
Yeah, it
early
was-
90s, late 80s.
Yeah, it was early 90s, like cyberpunk game. Yeah.
Yeah. I always died. That was a hard game.
It was tough RPG. Yeah. This is actually two references. One is the fact that they're trying to coax the little rat creature to get the key, which is
Yep.
Pirates of the Caribbean ride coaxing the dog to get the key for him.
Yep.
Also, Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And the song they whistle too is directly from the Pirates of the Caribbean ride
Yep.
too. So you got two references here in the jail scene for Pirates of the Caribbean. And then this scene, everybody bagged on poor Jude Law for saying 3 sentences, but this was all you got.
But he's
is the end scene.
the beginning. He's the captain in the beginning. Got where everybody understands. He's
Yeah,
the
but he
captain.
still only had like 3 sentences, which was like, oh, this
Yeah.
is the vault. We found the vault. And then
Exactly. He said something
there's
at the beginning.
this. He hardly says anything. But yeah, I think it was fine. Like, we'll see. But what do you guys think of the Force thing? Like, is he really using the Force?
You know,
is it
I
a
don't know.
trick? Because the interesting part to me is that he says, "I'm going to show you a trick," or something like that, and then he does. He gets the key, and Wim is the one that calls him a Jedi.
Because
And he just
read
says,
it.
all he says is, "Can you keep a secret?" He doesn't actually say he's a Jedi, so I don't know.
Well, remember,
I think he might have the Force.
he's different
But
names.
lots of Jedis have the Force. Maz has the Force.
You think
No,
he's a
he's
Force
John.
user? Just a
Prince
Force
of John.
user, not really a Jedi. Like at some point,
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
uses it for parlor tricks and that type of thing.
it's a great way of making him the leader because he has enough Force that he can manipulate things and people will follow him. But he's not.
He has the Force, but he's like what's his name from the Obi-Wan series that was lying as a Jedi, and he was a Jedi.
Yeah, but he used tricks too to kind of
He used tricks,
make it seemed like he could use the Force. So, but his thing definitely seemed like I don't know how else you could do that. And but the question is, if he could do that all along, why was he still in the prison?
But
why was he in the prison? Because if he gets out, what's he going to do? He's waiting.
That's true, but he'd be out of the prison, right?
He got out of prison, but he's still stuck on this planet that's controlled by Brutus.
That's true. But he can get off planet.
He's just waiting. He's just waiting there for his opportunity.
But I think his opportunity is the kids have it. He overhears that the kids have a ship and knows where there's a supposedly treasure planet out there. So
yeah.
You know, the thing is with him, right? I know that he probably didn't have any Jedi training. Who knows? We don't know if he was a kid in Order 66. We don't know what the deal is with him yet. But he could be someone who just has the Force and never had anybody to teach him how to use it, and that's why he probably just does little tricks. Because he could have listen. If he had the full Force, he could have freaking beat the shit out of everybody that was on the ship.
Yeah, not necessarily. There's a whole pirate thing.
It's a lot of pirates.
Yeah, there's a lot of
there's no weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
And not everybody has a Force as Anakin Skywalker. There's a lot of stupid Jedis that aren't very good.
Yeah.
And one interesting thing too is like we've all seen the preview, the trailer and all that, where it's like, oh, there's a crew of murderous bounty hunters coming after us. Like, you kind of start to wonder, especially given his history of like this vault that's supposed to be filled with treasure that's empty and everything. Like, you kind of start to wonder how much of what he's saying is just plain gaslighting everything.
Yeah,
because that's how he kind of gets to, like Wastiger said, that's how he gets to be in charge or whatever. He's easy to put in charge because he can gaslight you and he knows these little tricks. But, so, it'll be interesting.
The next episode's short too, right?
Yeah, it's just about the same length as the second episode, which was like 34 minutes or something.
I added one more slide, JJ.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So if you guys looked in his, this is a deep cut reference here. If you actually look in the main character, his room while he's talking to his dad right after he leaves, they pan to his couch right here, and on his couch, so for people that don't know, they kabashed or whatever they call it, a bunch of these Fisher Price kit bashed or whatever the hell they call it, characters. That's how they originally pitched the original Star Wars things. Like, they threw shit together out of these characters. And on his couch, he has one of these commanders that come from the Fisher Price Space Odyssey unit. The only reason I know is because my youngest brother had one of these fucking things, and I saw it, I was like, oh shit, that's quite cool. And I can't get it any closer than that, but those characters don't actually belong to that set, but they are similar. They look very similar to the piece together, because these aren't actually Star Wars figures. These are like the fucking things they cut together to put together. And that's what it looks like on that chair. So it's like a deep cut reference to people that are really into.
Of course, Sticks has one. Sticks has
one.
Yeah.
I have one of these too. Yeah, I still have.
Sticks, you're old enough that you were 40 years old when you got one.
Of what?
This commander thing. When you got
the commander thing came. No, hold on now. The commander thing came out in like '86.
Yeah, he's like 40 back then.
Oh yeah, he was 40. Yeah, why are you buying little kit like? Hold on, this set's for like a 2-year-old. It's like the equivalent of Little People. It's like the first version of fucking Little People. Why were you buying Little People stuff at 40, weirdo?
It's weird, Sticks.
That's weird, Sticks. That's weird, dude. Now I see what you're saying. Holy shit. Anyways, I don't know. Deep cut there that most people probably didn't see. I don't know. That's actually kind of, if you look at the background, that is mid-century stuff too. Isn't that a, holy shit. That's
Looks
cool,
like
dude.
Corningware.
Yeah, it looks like that. They've got like the reflective egg thing that you use for bowls. Like they had that chromium on it. And then that little cake topper thing there is kind of cool for all your
Even
party
the
needs.
couch. The
Popcorn
couch
popper.
looks very like
Yeah,
80s
corduroy-esque,
design
yeah.
couch. Yeah.
With wood, with faux wood on it. That's what I was saying. Teak on the, if you look at it, the style of the, oh my God, it's an ashtray too. Shit. They have a crystal ashtray. They have teak wood on top of clearly mid-century furniture on a long pedestal. Very 1970s. What?
Collecting 2-year-old toys. It's like me collecting nubs. If I had a bunch of nubs, that'd be weird.
Yeah, you're creepy too. Not collecting 2-year-olds' toys are, yeah. I'll actually probably bring this thing. I could probably find it. But I probably can find it. I go over to Lamont's house. So that'd be interesting. Anyway, so yeah, I added that one in there too for a little extra.
Thank you, JJ.
Right.
That was really good. That was good.
That was great, JJ.
You did a great job. All right, let's flip through some of our hot 10 CBSI comic lists where they are now. It's not a lot because I need to get out of here because I'm effing exhausted. I know Wayseeker is too because he's been climbing mountains today. Here we go. We started off with The Heir of the Empire. This was a newsstand, 15 to 1650. We've covered this book a ton. Hitting $500, 9/8. 9/8 are back to 900 the past week. Holy shit balls. Newsy Raw high was 139. So that went from, the hell did he say highs were hitting 500? The highs hitting 139.50. And that's the high. The average probably price on the Newsy right now is like $35. 9.6 just because nobody's willing to sell the 9. Do you think nobody's willing to list the 9.8? Do you think this is a book where people are just like,
I wouldn't sell it right now.
Because you were at 15 to 16.5. 9.6s are 290. A 9.8 asking price and nobody's buying it. Mind this. This wasn't too long ago when this thing was selling for 15 to 16.50. Right now, asking the lowest asking price is $900 for 9.8 and nobody's biting at it.
No.
I always thought this book was kind of overpriced anyways.
There's a lot of them out there, but it is also, it's a tougher 9.8 because you can't press it.
Yeah, it is true.
I have a newsstand, Raw, and it's a little beat up on the spine.
There was a guy that used to be on a show, SNS, that he was kind of would come in and out every once in a while. We were trying to fucking help him out, but he's too stupid to. And he actually submitted 3 of these into CGC, and then they came back, rejected 9.8 because they had flocking on them. For those people that don't know, is mold. And this round-headed dude decided to then try to sell them on eBay. After I was like, dude, you cannot not tell them that there's mold in there. Like that's like part of the thing. And he still tried to say they were near mints. And he said, well, if people buy them, that's on them, not on me. Real shitbag type of dude. But anyways, you got to watch out for that type of stuff. Yeah. Raw highs, $100, 9/8, 359 to 425. I just don't see the difference. I mean, I don't know. If you're going to go after this book, I don't know. There is a lot. You're right, Wayseeker. There's a lot. There is a lot. So there you go. The difference between Newsies and Raws, too, because I think probably the numbers are pretty close also on that. Next up, this one was pretty sweet, but between 148 and 175, 2 outliers, highs 250 to 70. I actually watched this book. Now, this was in January of 2004. I watched this book because I didn't get the 1/100 because I thought the price would ever come down. In the last 3 months, 0 raw sales, and this book has been up there now for a little bit. A 9/8 asking for, there's only one for $750. There's literally only one of these books that's been listed forever now, I think for 6 months. This book does not come to the market a lot, and I think it's because people who have it like it and they're keeping it, unfortunately. So that's gonna suck. I don't think this is one we can wait around for, and I'm probably not going to own this book because I'm not paying fucking. I'm not even paying $600 for this.
You'll find it at a con.
I know I'll find it.
You'll dig and you'll find it, and it'll be $20 or $25 max.
I'll probably get it.
You'll talk them into
Let's
10.
be real. Let's be real. I'll get it for free. I ain't fucking. I'll probably get it for free. But I'm saying the average person. People get mad when I say that, Wayseeker. You know they get mad at me for that bullshit. That ain't my fault. Put in the amount of work that I put in, Wayseeker, and then you can get free shit too. Okay. All right. Next up, Afro 40 125. I hated this color. I didn't like this cover. I put this cover on the list, even though I fucking despise this cover because I thought it was shit. I don't like it. I think it sucks. February 9th, 2024.
I don't know why you hate this cover so much. I don't think it's bad.
Looks like
I don't think it's
shit.
good.
I think it's a terrible rendition of fucking Afra. I think it's stupid.
It's fine. It's not. I agree. It wasn't the.
It definitely wasn't worth $154.
Harvey did fine.
Only 3 listed at the time, 175 to 200 for those 1 in 25. This was the 1 in 25. Raws now are selling for $19.50 to $31. If you put near mint, it sells for $30, $25 to $30. If you don't, it sells for $20. So, it's right under ratio. If you want this ugly cover, feel free to go out and get it. And as you know, we'll go all the way back to the start of the CBSI top 10 list. Every once in a while, I'll do a tray. Yeah, here we go for one. I did because you got the special on the list, right? You don't have this one. You have
the 1 in 25.
Yeah, so I didn't want to do that one because that's also on the same list on the same day in March 27, 2015. And this is where people are like, oh, well, this character people didn't know. No. Listen to what he said. Possible allocations. That wasn't true. That was not true at all. So let me explain what possible allocations were back in the day. Possible allocations was the code word for saying that if you show up at your LCS, the LCS store owners could tell you that they're allocated. That means they're keeping 20 extra copies behind the fucking counter, and they're allocating how many they were going to sell to you because of the price of the book was jumping. It had a new character, Invader, pre-selling for $12, which on a $3.99 book was a lot back then. Like if you got 4 times ratio, I mean, that was a big Wednesday Warrior thing. And this is before it even hit the Wednesday, the day of Wednesday. These things were selling out all left and right, settled in at price, and he says it should stay around $12. He thinks that's where it would be. Now, obviously, it was 2015. You can't hurt him for say what you will about Trey, but you can't. Yeah, I mean, that's not one you're going to be able to dig on him for. Now, Raws are averaging $32, which is not an all-time low. As we can see through Trey, it would be $12. 9/8, anywhere from $125 to $150, where that's half of what it used to be. So
I've seen a couple for under 125.
I saw one and it looked like an outlier, and I know. I looked at it in Peak and it said that he didn't sell it. So
I don't think it drops below 100, but I never thought it would get to below 150 either. So
$100 book sounds about reasonable for this. Either way, that's what we got this week. I promised it wasn't going to be long. We'll get into some more later. I know you guys like that. If there's any books you want us to look into that you just remember, or you want to see if we can dig up some old. Because remember, the CBSI top 10 list was all taken off of Wizard World. Like that's the basis of where they copied it from in the beginning. When Trey did it, and then when Ben C ended up buying it from Trey. So if you want us to go back and try to go through the archives and see if we can find one of the lists that you thought were cool, just let us know. Or any of the lists that we've covered before on our CBSI top 10 lists P and Renovision have taken it over. Let us know. We'll look them up. Or just random books that we don't cover on Wayseekers. I'm giving up on this because it's too depressing because I spent too much on this book. Let us know, and we will cover them for you. We'll be more than happy.
It's true. I don't know if we're going to ever go back to the 10 keys because outside of Star Wars 1, that thing is just so every time it's ugly. Like Boba Fett still keeps dropping somehow.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dom.
Well, we might still do an update on that because we got to do an update on Boba Fett. No, Dom said while we were doing that originally, well, if it drops at a certain point, I'm buying. So this is good news for Dom.
Well, Dom should be buying right now, but I don't think it's going to get.
Have you guys watched?
G just picked up Darth Vader 3. Yeah.
No, on YouTube, have you guys watched? They got it's called Skywalker Stories. They like
no, but I watch. You know what I watch is Andrew Dice Clay on Instagram. He's hilarious.
Oh, he's going around there.
Speaking of 80s references, Jesus.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. What were you saying, Dom? Sorry.
I was saying that there's these thing called Skywalker Stories, where it has Luke Skywalker talking to Qui-Gon Jinn or talking to Darth Revan, and they're done like Clone Wars styles. They're just talking.
Are you talking about the 2 live guys?
No,
where they make fun of shit.
No. I'm talking about the animated style, Clone Wars style videos, like 6 minutes long, 3 minutes long, that are on YouTube. If you check it out, they're pretty cool. They had so they basically just recently had one where Din Djarin was talking to Luke, and then Boba Fett came in and freaking Luke is like, "What is he doing here?" He goes, "Don't worry, Jedi, I'm not coming for you. The Empire's back. We all have to." And it's like basically type of like stories continuing after Din Djarin. They're trying to find Luke to recruit him trying to get the Empire down, and they're pretty cool stories. So you have like Revan talking to like a Qui-Gon Jinn, and then Revan's talking to Luke, and then you have Vader talking to Darth Bane.
Why would Darth Revan be talking to Luke?
So it's just like there's stories. They're like Luke goes into a temple and Revan's there talking to him, actually talking to Anakin Skywalker. Anakin is like he tells Anakin what
He came at the right time, and by the right time I mean the wrong time.
Who is that? Oh, is that Kyle?
Kyle, it's Kyle.
Hey, Kyle, what's going on,
We
Kyle?
got Dom talking about Luke
Yeah, I don't
talking
know.
to Revan.
Dude,
So
We
if
did
you
talk
look
about
at-
your
if
biggest,
you
your
guys are
favorite.
you're so out of the fucking loop.
Kyle,
You should
we
look-
talked about your favorite round-headed guy and how he was trying to scam people on the internet, selling Thrawns with fucking mold on them. But
Yeah,
besides
man, I
that,
don't know
not
you
really
guys
much.
how you guys breathe. You don't look at nothing, man. How come I find things like this? You guys never even.
Because we work and we do actual
And I work
jobs and we
too.
make
I
and we
work
make
too.
actual slides.
I
and
because
we
we
do
read
actual
Star
things.
Wars books and not
We don't
actual.
sit. We read books. We don't sit on the shitter for 30 minutes, doom scrolling
I
while our
work.
legs are falling
I
asleep.
work and I do things. I'm busy.
Dude, you admitted last night. You said your
Basically,
average
guys-
bathroom time is 32 minutes. Doom
Basically, got
scrolling.
to listen to audio dramas, Dom. We got
to listen to actual Star Wars books.
You know those fucking video games you complain about that you don't
Actual
play.
Star
We
Wars
do.
books fucking suck. They suck. Some of the shit that's
You
not
haven't read
canon
one.
is
You
better.
can't say that.
Actually,
You can't say that.
Not all of them do.
Not all of them, but I'm
Star
saying
Wars,
a lot of them do. But that's why you have to
Star
go
Wars
to fucking
adjacent
Legends.
thing. I've only
Legends
played
is
like an
fucking better.
hour and a half of it,
There's
but
no
New Indiana Jones game is actually pretty good.
Really?
It looks fun.
Hey, look, man, I'm still having fun. I know JJ gave up on it, and Wayseeker's just scared like a little bitch. But I'm still playing Star Wars Unlimited and kicking ass, dude. I had then this week it went like 2 in.
You didn't cover the
Two
new
six.
set. We'll have to cover the new.
I don't like the new set. I
I
just.
want to talk about it.
But here, we can talk. This is why I know
I
we
should've
talked about
put
it
it
in
in
the
the news. I
chat.
didn't
Can
put
I
it in
explain
the
why? Can I explain why? And I know you fucking dorks that are like, well, we play Magic in every episode. Blah, blah, blah. Look, this last set is even the fucking. It is even the fucking odds.
Play yourself. I don't play this shit.
Now, no, I'm not talking to you, Dom. Get on my side. Help me out here. Team Marco and making fun of the nerds underneath us. All right. Here's the deal.
Wait, nerds, you're the one that plays.
I know you
Yeah, because Wayseeker challenged me. Wayseeker challenged me and said I'd never be good at this game. And I said in less than a year, and it's been less than a year, I'm doing damn well at this game.
I believe you. I'm happy for you.
And this series, right now is the one that's kind of made the game changer because it evened out a lot of stuff. Like if you just had Sabine, you weren't really playing. You aren't really playing. You didn't need to count cards. You didn't need to have any strategy. You just put your Sabine deck together and you shuffled it. And if you didn't have those cards, then you mulligan and then you just laid them down. Huh?
I'm telling
Yeah.
Dom, look at that comment while he's talking because he's not.
What? The book?
Oh, the books.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm only an hour. I'm
Hey,
still in the
some-
recap
I'm not
phase
saying
of
all the
fucking
books
Legends
suck. I
thing.
said the thing is that
Marco, I think you're right. I think this set was really good.
This set was really good. 'Cause
I agree with you.
And
I
not
think
only
the
just
set
that,
was really
like this
good.
is the first one where it's like you see wild shit coming out. The one that killed me was they played a New Han double, and it's like, oh shit, I've never even seen those mechanics. But you can now memorize cards in decks. Before it didn't matter. All you're going to do, you're going to either ECL Wrecker out, and it's like there's nothing. That's like when poker. When I stopped being sponsored and playing in big poker tournaments, it became a point where like there's a guy named Phil Ivey, and he was a professional poker player. It's irrelevant to people that don't know, but he'd be like the equivalent of, I don't know, name.
He's an all-star. He's an
yeah. So he walked up to the table one time, and he had a stable of kids, and pretty much what they were doing, these bigger guys, where they were funding the stable, and they would fund all the tournaments. So no matter where you play tournaments, these stables of people, not just his, but like I, for some reason, would always get stuck with somebody in his stable, and they weren't really playing the cards. They were just throwing money in, and they would, for the first day, just go all in whenever they're under. Like whenever the pot had one or two people in, they'd go all in to try to just rake pots. And if they lost all their money, it's called playing roulette. Like you just throw your money in. So you weren't playing cards anymore. And I feel like that's how the first two sets of Star Wars Unlimited was. If you bought Vader's and you bought Luke, cool. If you when all of a sudden when we had set 2 come out, if you had ECL and you got Wrecker, those are the only two things you're playing. That's it. You're
That's what
playing
I got
Boba
tired
Fett.
of.
Huh?
I got tired of. I said that's what I got tired of. I got tired of like only being able to compete if I played Sabine or a Boba Fett deck. And like,
Yeah.
just,
So
like,
now, but
there's
now
like
I
3
play that.
haters in it and shit. Like,
Dude, I've been playing this double red Luke for the new series Anakin deck, and the thing doesn't cost shit. It's like $32. Like there's no legendaries in it. There's nothing, and it's a monster. And then when I put that down, I'll pull up a Ray deck. It's not worth shit.
do you think
and,
it's
and you can
truly
play it.
because of the third set though, or is that because they
Because of the
banned-
cards and
Well, is that because they suspended or banned or whatever you want to call it?
Well, that helped
Fett
for
later?
sure. Boba was broken.
that did, but it also counters fucking now. Sabine isn't like so you could beat people are starting to come up with new decks because Sabine's
Well,
getting
Sabine's
beat.
just aggro though, right? I mean, aggro,
Yeah, and
you can
Sabine
overcome
wasn't-
aggro. When
Yeah, but
doesn't
it was. But if by turn 5, if you had Wrecker in your hand by turn 5, you won because you wiped the board. Like you wiped the board and you strike because you used the ECL to have him pull out, and you're done. You're just done because you already got a red 5 out there. You're
Yeah,
done.
but I mean, there's ways to counter that you can build into your deck, but like the Boba thing was a problem because like literally like what was it like 60% of like official tournament decks for like Boba Fett decks.
He was
Yeah,
so
but
good.
the-
He
the
came
Mac,
out so
I mean.
early. He gave you ramp. He just did too much, and I think that's
he
right.
did, but the second most used deck was the Sabine deck. I mean, it was so like.
Yeah, I
But-
know, but it wasn't like equivalent. It was like 60, and then like.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so
One.
getting rid of bubble, but also having something that could affect it where it's not, there's not 60% of people aren't paying Sabine anymore. Like, people are really turning around to play other stuff, which I think is really nice. And it gives other advantages.
I
mean,
think here's my thought on step 4. So step 4, for people who still play Unlimited, is going to introduce the pilot mechanic. And basically, pilots are characters who can either get played as characters as normally on the ground or can pilot a ship and do something cool to buff up the bonuses on the ship, or maybe they do like, some
So you're
damage
gonna
to
make
the ship
space
where they get
relevant
played as a
finally?
pilot. They have ability. I think pilots are going to be irrelevant. I don't think you are going to have to worry about it because I don't think pilots are going to give you a negative. They're going to be such a negative card advantage because you're not only if you can erase the ship, you also erase the pilot. So,
but here's here's a little secret about now with 3. There's some interesting. A lot of times people think I beat them on ground. That's not where I beat them, because if you can memorize the decks that other people are playing, you can set your space up that you're chipping away, and the next thing you know, you've done 12 points, and then Anakin pulls out, and he's got 15 to it, and he's a 8/8, and you finish off in one swing.
I want to do a GoFundMe where we send Marco to like the big national tournament.
Yeah, I mean, obvious. Okay, hold on now. Obviously,
let's send you. I'm just curious. Like, I want to see you
Yeah.
play against like decks you haven't seen before and that type of thing.
yeah. I mean, obviously, this is just locals, right? And
Right.
I do play a regular thing of somebody who did go to nationals. 2 guys, and then one time another guy that went to nationals comes in like once a month and plays, right? And like, I get that. I mean, the guy that went to nationals, he plays 3 or 4 different decks. He's the one that whipped out the young Han. And what he does when he plays me though is he plays a deck that he knows I've never seen before. He's caught on to it. He's smart. He won't play the regular decks because he won't play a Sabine. He won't play a Boba because he knows that catches on. He won't play a Luke. He knows that I know that. So he'll pull out something like a double blonde new Han that I have no clue what's going on. And then you get a crowd of people around our table going, I see, because he's always pulling out some weird thing.
Well, that's what good players do, though. I mean, that's
I know, but like,
that only lasts so long, and then the main
yeah,
tournament.
but I haven't. But once again, haven't been playing a year yet, and we're having the guy that goes to nationals has to pull out his best.
Nobody's been playing a year yet.
No, I think.
Well, no, I mean, like I haven't played any of these card games.
I think
I've never played a card game like this before.
I think you're doing great, Margo.
TCG, yeah.
And I think you got to work your way up to some larger tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, like they make fun of me because I'm like, how does that card? That's not what that card says, and they're like,
you work your way up to a regional and see how you do there.
Yeah.
And then you go from there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I should go to nationals. If you guys want to put a little money down and start to go fund me,
I don't want
to
to spend money for you to go to nationals.
Not to nationals, to regionals though. I bet you I could do some damage there. I bet you I could do some damage there.
I would love to see what you do at regionals.
Yeah. I could do some. I mean, I think I surprised Wayseeker a little bit on how fast I pick up the game. Huh?
said the rewards are cards, so win us some cool cards.
Yeah, you guys could have the cards from it. I don't care. I don't care about
But
it.
but we got a new boba for Dom. Dom's excited about the new set because of boba.
Oh, there's a Boba Fett in the set. There's not a Boba Fett in every fucking set.
I actually
There it
said
is.
that. I
It's
sent the Boba Fett picture with the Han, the
I
double
know.
lock. Yeah.
I know you did. Yeah,
we saw it already because we follow it because one of us plays and the other two at least follow it.
I follow it because I on Instagram.
My problem too is is it a little too much? When are they gonna start pumping the brakes on new mechanics?
Oh, they will never. They will. They will introduce.
if you
new
follow
See, that's
other-
what I hope they do.
But
Well,
if
you don't want to
follow
do
other
that.
Card games, they start to pump the brakes on the mechanics after a while, right?
If
I
you
don't
do
think
that, I
it
start
does.
catching.
It does.
If you
I
do
thought
that, I
it
start
does.
catching up exponentially like faster than I am right now. Because literally every week I have to learn. Like that's how that one guy that went to nationals, he figured this out. Just whatever the newest mechanic is, I'm gonna bring it in because he's not gonna know what it is. So he just lines up his deck to beat me by doing that shit.
But
You know what I mean? It's like
this reinforces my belief they don't fucking play test this thing at all. Like it's set after set is new mechanic, and they're just like, well, let's put it out there, and and
I mean,
that's how
this
you know
set
with
didn't
Boba
break
Fett being in 60% of decks.
This set didn't break anything. I mean, the Boba Fett
Three
thing got
did.
away from him, but like this with new mechanics, and there's nothing broken.
no, actually set 3 evened out a lot of shit.
But you
It really
haven't
did.
seen it. You haven't seen it in action enough, I think, to say that there's nothing broken. In
Oh.
concept, you think that, but
It's been out for 3 months, 2.5 months.
no, I'm talking about set 4.
Oh, we don't know about stuff 4 yet.
Oh, I don't know about set 4 yet. I don't know, but see, I'm on JJ's side. I have a feeling set 4, because of the new mechanics, is going to break some shit. Because I agree. I don't think they test. I think 3, after they saw what was happening in 1, they try to fix some shit in 3.
I don't
4,
think, I don't think,
I don't
that's
think
true.
they have any fucking clue, bro.
I think pilots are going to suck, and there's not going to affect anything. I think step 4 is going to be irrelevant. It's
I don't know who's
It's not going to
the.
matter.
I'm not saying it like this, but who's the person that transitions that's on the thing? Isn't it what it's called? Do you watch the live streams for FGG or FFG?
I don't know what you're talking about. No.
So there's 2 people there. There's one person, and I'm
No,
trying
the
not to say what-
designers.
Yeah, there's 2 designers.
Tyler's the only one I know. Tyler's from my LCG days.
Okay,
I think the other one's Alex or something. Is that right? No, I don't know.
That's the one that I'm trying to say it right, whatever it is. So that person,
We get the point. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
you get
get
what
what
I'm
you're
saying.
saying. Yeah.
so that person had let something slip where they're like, well, at 3 because we saw what came out, and that it says to what JJ's point is like they're like, yeah, we kind of played, but we didn't know how it was going to play out. And it's like, well, what is it? What are you having 2 idiots fucking just tickle each other's assholes and play with it? You're not having like these big games like you do now. Like, why would you?
But they play tested all 9 sets, Marco.
No, but that's what I'm saying. And then all of a sudden, I think it's the thing calling it a shade.
I don't buy it either.
So I think what her point was that, and if that's not, I'm sorry if it's not right, but whatever. But I think her point was like they used 3 and adjusted it with the leaders. But then, like, how can you tell me you tested all 9? That's what I'm saying. Like, how can you tell me?
I mean, they're always going back and tweaking again, and there's going to be things that are broken. Every card game has things that are broken. There's not one card game
and power creep, and
they're going to have power creep. Things that are broken, but what you can't have is one leader dominate. The one card you have to have in your deck to win. You can have cards that are overpowered, but you can't have it like the Boba Fett. And hopefully you don't see that again. And I don't think pilots are going to do that because I think pilots are going to suck. I really do. I think pilots are going to suck. There's going to be 1 or 2 pilots that are cool. There might be like a Vader pilot,
but
that has like a cool.
If it's irrelevant, though,
I don't know. But I think pilots.
Isn't it also a misstep though? If it just is an irrelevant factor, like you're introducing this new mechanic for no reason.
I think there's a good chance that yes, it's a misstep.
Well, I also think then they're going to finally open up Twin Suns. So we do Twin Suns once a month. I think they're finally going to open it up till 80, which is right now was a question because I played with a 63 Twin Sun deck, and like the one guy tried to call me disqualified for playing with 63. I'm like, well, isn't it supposed to open up to 80 and we're casual anyways? I didn't even understand any of that. They're like, what does it matter if I got 63? What does it matter if I got up to 80? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I think they may be waiting. I mean, they may open it up some, but I think they also may be waiting on that. Because you look at Magic, Magic existed forever before Commander came out, which Commander is basically Magic's version of Twin Sun.
Dude.
But like now they've started to actually gear sets towards Commander. Mostly.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that.
I wonder if
so
that's
much.
something they're trying to do down the road. Would be like, oh, this is a twin sunset, and like,
See, that's where I think they could do it with the pilots because if you look right now, like for the longest time, it was for Twin Suns. It was very, I mean, you're playing a boba something, right? You were and if you are playing that, you're playing a dark side character. You're playing, it just was. That's what you're playing. You're playing dark side one way or another. You're playing a villain set.
Mhm.
And now, dude, go play Anakin Rey and tell me you're not going to win Twin Suns. You're going to fuck some shit up, dude. Like it's badass. I get triple T pause. Nope, not doing that. I didn't know some of the rules, like you could table talk and stuff like that. But I will tell you this: we usually get like 3 Twin Sun games in. Huh? Yeah, cool. Take it easy, Wookie. After number 1, dude, it's over. Like they will. I'm the person they attack every single time. So like, it's cool. I mean, that's the shit I love. I love that shit because you know me. I'll just be like, you guys are bums.
Yeah.
That's good table talk. That's good table talk, trash talk, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, stabbing people back.
I think it's just going to be interesting where they go. And I know I don't play anymore, so it doesn't affect me too much. But I'll just be interesting where they go with the future of it, and whether or not they move past the 9 sets or whatever they have planned, or if they just ended there.
I mean, I think it will be fascinating. I don't think they'll make a decision on that till after set 6.
I think it's really going to come down to like what happens in the next 2 like locals, like because they're going to do what's the set that they do they do 2 like things, like they do the pre-release, right? But before they do the pre-release, they do the showdown. Our numbers on the last showdown were almost exactly the same as the first showdown to a T,
which is good.
Like the very first one.
Yes, yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
I mean, that's all.
Well, we haven't had the 3rd showdown yet, so that's number 2. Now with this one, let's see what the numbers are on the 3rd. And by the way, the first showdown, we didn't compete with any what are they called? LCSs too?
Yeah,
local card shops. We didn't compete with any local card shops. We did compete with 1 local card shop same day. Okay, on this last one. So like the numbers, I mean, we might have been 1 short, but the numbers were pretty much damn even, right? Our pre-release was similar to the pre-release for number 2 within numbers.
I just like how you reference local card shop like you're not in one when you're doing your showdown.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. What do you mean?
Yeah. Well, you're like, what do you call these things? Local card shops? Like you're not in a card shop.
No, I am. Well, it's a game shop, so like they sell like board games and shit.
It's the same thing.
Okay, well, whatever. I mean, I know that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like I just clicked that you call local comic shops and local card shops LCSs. But yeah, so like
LGS actually, local game shop.
Okay, so the LGS, so maybe 1 or 2 down, but like similar numbers to what we had for pre-release for 2, not pre-release for 1. Obviously, pre-release for 1 was a lot more, but pre-release for 2. So we'll see what showdown.
I think the numbers will decrease for pre-releases going forward because you will not have the speculators anymore. Yeah. But you're gonna have as many players, and that's all that matters.
Since 1, we haven't. At 2, we didn't have the same speculators. Really, because I think because the speculators after the showdown, it like people were riled up because of this. These 3 guys were coming to everyone, and then finally, I think a store owner had said something to them, and then it got in the Discord. So they cut the speculation game off real quickly and really early. So we haven't had that effect since 1.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know. But yeah, I think that. I don't know if that's good or a bad thing, though. Because when you have collectors in the game, it makes it tough for players. It's just a normal fact of any card game.
Yeah.
And the speculation and all that behind it obviously makes it tough to get product.
CGT.
But it also maintains a certain amount of popularity for the game that may not be there if that doesn't exist.
Well, aren't they supposed to come out with some weird packs that are like supposed to?
Yeah, well, that's another thing. They're trying to appeal to collectors through like the special rarity or whatever for this newest set. So I wonder how much of that will actually increase your.
I don't think you read that right, JJ. I think the special cards are they used to have starter decks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And starter decks had cards you could only get in the starter decks.
Right.
they're not doing starter decks anymore. They're making pre-built decks, which will feature cards from set 1, set 2, set 3, and set 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there's going to be 5 cards that are exclusive to that deck. Just
Yeah,
like
kind of like
starter
in
decks.
one, it was,
so
I
they-
think,
They're just making it so you have to buy that
yeah.
starter
So
deck.
they're
I don't
not
think
talking
there's
like
anything
special
like-
rarity, like for some reason I'm spacing it right now. Whatever they call the full arts, hyperspace,
Hyperspace.
like a special hyperspace rarity.
But
you can
see,
only
yeah,
get.
what if they make
or
what if
something
they
like
make
that.
one of those rare cards hyperspace? It's going to be expensive.
You could.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, because that's what they do in other games, right? I mean, I've seen every game's that way, but when a new set's released in a lot of games, it varies. In some games, you have pre-built decks, like Wayseeker's saying. Every set that comes out will have a pre-built starter deck or a pre-built, what they call it, constructed deck, pre-constructed deck.
Mm-hmm.
But some will also include, especially out of games that come out of Japan, you'll see a lot that include like a special rarity that's like a signature card or something you can only get in those trial decks, and you only pull like one in an entire case of trial deck boxes, which is like 48 or something like that. So
I mean, I'd be cool with that, just for speculation.
Yeah, that's like right now too, like Wing Leader, right? That was the first set. You can get Wing Leaders, but I'm pretty sure you still can't get a hyperspace Wing Leader.
I don't know.
Well, I know when they did was it Luke and Vader for like they only put that in like the championship things or something? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those hold value. So, all right, cool. Well, that's it. We went longer than I thought we were going to go. Hey, thank you everybody that stayed on. Thank you for everybody that showed up and showed out. Appreciate you guys all. Talk to you guys later. And I think this is the ending hopefully this is the right ending. We'll see. I hate StreamYard.